Welcome back, guys.
Welcome back, guys.
To TG number motherfucking 16.
See, I forgot what
It's the official title.
I forgot what episode it was.
Yeah, 16. So,
If I just put my hand right here, it'll block. Maybe it'll block it.
yeah,
There we go.
being fucky. And I'm a perfectionist, so.
Kill it. Fucking kill
Yes,
it.
die. Die, fuzzy stuff. There we go.
Rock and roll. So I'm sure we have all kinds of fucking shit to delve into today. Maybe not all of it just fucking game related. I mean, honestly, the game related stuff is probably gonna take up maybe 20 to 30% of this, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Well,
but I mean, I guess we could start actually having like sections where we do things and stuff like gaming news. Da, 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 da.
You just play
Gaming
like
news,
goddamn
boys.
fucking what the fuck was it? You already got the alert. Why not?
Yeah. Da, 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 da. Like when the transition, you hear that sound. Oh, we're doing gaming news. Okay. All right. So, one thing here is, man, I don't know why this shit is itchy right now. I'm trying out a new shampoo. Maybe that's it. And I put it on my...
Frustration transfers into stress into the beard. It's just what it is.
Yeah.
That's why it gets tugged on. Yep.
I want to tug something else, but I'm on stream.
Because other motherfuckers other people are supposed to be tugging on it, but because they're not tugging on it, I gotta tug on it.
Yeah. It's my kink. It's my kink. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Days Gone, right? Days Gone, this isn't new, but this is just something I wanted to bring to everybody's attention. Has a, this is the collector's edition, right? I recently saw a trailer for like what you get if you pre-order. And, this is going to be PlayStation exclusive. Only on PlayStation it says. So if you pre-order, just basic pre-order, you get the digital content thing here. You get the 3 drifter bike skins. I don't know about the other stuff, but you at least get the drifter bike skins, and that's what they showed in the pre-order video. And like, so you see this is his normal bike here that you get in the game. This is a little statue you get when you get the collector's edition, which the game looks kind of cool. The basic premise is like, zombie apocalypse, post-apocalyptic. You're this biker guy that has to like get through stuff and things and stuff. Pretty much they just took the idea of Daryl and made a game off of him. But anyway, like that's basically what it is, which is fine, That's
I don't know.
Why
I'm
not?
intrigued, man. I think I don't know. I'm not burned out of zombies. I just want them to be done well.
Yeah, better. And I would sincerely hope that in this game, if I have a gun, I shoot a zombie in the fucking head, it dies.
Get off the RE2 kick, Nate.
Yeah.
Get off the RE2 kick.
Yeah. I mean, dude,
that way. You enjoyed
16
the game.
bullets.
It was good.
16
It was a
fucking
fantastic
bullets.
game.
It was a fun game. It
Fantastic
was.
game.
It was a fun game. It was still a really fun game.
I was
It's
a little
just
perturbed about fucking doming motherfuckers and they didn't drop either. I get it. I
yeah,
understand.
it's stupid. But so you see his bike here. This is the normal bike in the game. It's beat up. He's got off-road tires on a bike that's not normally meant to be an off-roading bike. But he's had to change it because the post-apocalyptic world is kind of dirty. I like the look. It's very immersive. Like this is a post-apocalyptic bike. And like I'm watching the pre-order trailer and I'm like, okay. So I get these skins. Like this is one of the skins. It's like this red with, and then there's a blue and then there's a green where it makes it all like clean. Like this clean, superb bike. The dude that has like a fuck ton of money and loves his bike kind of bike, And like, and I just feel like that it's just an immersion killer, like if you're playing the game and you're driving around in this like pristine fucking bike in a post-apocalyptic world, I don't know. I don't agree with that approach personally. It doesn't mean that the game's shit or anything. It's probably going to be an awesome game.
Post-apocalyptic doesn't mean your bike can't be pristine, man.
Yeah, man, shit. But I want like, if the pre-order bonus was going to be like, dude, like, okay, so we've got the normal version of the bike. How about a Mad Max version of the bike? Like with spikes on it and shit and skulls, and that would be sick. That would make me want to pre-order so I could get that. You know, not like this shiny, nice bike. But,
Justin Red 87 edition. I want it fucking.
yeah. Skulls for the skull bike.
Yes.
Yeah. With like ears hanging off of it and shit. Stuff that you take. Or whatever, you know, something. I don't know.
You can just add that. That's an accessory. You can just fucking take the ears of your enemies and fucking put it through the fucking. Yeah.
Yeah. And like, yeah, the fucking, like, there's like human, like a human rib cage that you use as like where you stash shit. You stuff it in there. Yeah. You know, something like that. You're like, that's fucking sick. But I mean, I know this is a ridiculous comparison, but it kind of makes me feel like that would be the equivalent of like buying Last of Us pre-order post-apocalyptic game with like sort of kind of zombies, and your pre-order bonus is a zoot suit that you get to wear as the main character through the entire game. Like that's just kind of like immersion killing. You know what I mean? Like you're not going to go around in a zoot suit. I don't know. It's not that big of a deal. I just thought it was an interesting thing. And also some of you might not have known what you can get in this game, or even tracking that Days Gone is coming out relatively soon, I think. Right?
I mean, if I had a PS4, definitely.
Yeah.
You know, if there's a PC launch at all, I'll look into it. I'm sure I'll be tracking it. I'm sure I'll be watching it or checking out videos or whatnot, but I can't play it.
Yeah. I mean, it comes out April 26th. So, but anyways, yeah, that was just basically about. I mean, you get little stickers and fucking these. I don't know if these are coasters or patches or what. And you get like this cool book thing, and you get this looks fucking sick. You know, it looks cool. It's cool stuff. And also if you if you get the collector's edition, you also get a monkey wrench skill early unlock. So you get like you're paying to win in a single player game. Deacon, and you get a dynamic theme, and there's something else you get too. You get an early unlock on something else too, and it's just like, why do I need, like, if I buy a collector's edition, why do I need like skills in the game early in a single player game? Why would I want it to be easier?
That's gonna caveat into another discussion later on, I'm sure.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. When we get to the articles section, when we talk about that, that'll be. So we'll come back to that later, guys.
Why would I want to modify things to make things easier? Huh.
Yeah. But yeah, so that's that for that. That's yeah. And then I mean, shit, like gaming news could probably just be topics as well. Fuck it. I mean, we might as well caveat into that now.
Let's do it. Let's roll into it.
So I'm not going to show the articles because it's got spoilers in it, and it even says at the top, heavy story spoil. I don't want to spoil it for Sekiro. This is regarding Sekiro and kind of with that topic. So this guy on Kotaku, PC Gamer, he posted an article about using a cheat in the game and how he doesn't care that he did. Now, fine, it's whatever. Like, the argument he was going for is like, it's your own single player experience. The cheat he used, I won't say who he was fighting and what he used it on, but the cheat is an open active thing that you can toggle to slow the game down whenever you want. So it's not like he changed, like he has infinite health, infinite ammo, or whatever, anything like that. Like, so it's not like an outwardly ridiculous, but it's still like in a Souls type game that's cheating, because then you have like way more time to react to everything. You're going to see that he's going to do a certain thing and you know what to do. Like,
I think it just sets a premise, and apparently I'm very low, which is irony. I'm a loud motherfucker. So turn me up a little bit, Nate.
Gotcha. I got you up.
All right. So I've said this before. I hate cheats, but at the same time, I don't. If it's your single player experience and and it's yours and yours alone, I really don't give a fuck. It just, is it a cheat? Is it not? Is it just a mod? It doesn't set well with me that and there was a link to the actual mod itself or cheat or whatever. I think that's kind of what kind of made me go, okay.
Yeah. Like, hey, if you want to use it too, here it is.
it's one thing to just do it. It's not like it's just some dude just sharing his experience. It's posting an editorial in a magazine. So if you're posting it to make an article about it in a well-known magazine, what message are you trying to say? Because you could just make a tweet about this in your own personal thing, I guess. I don't know. Yeah. I think where I can tell you where a lot of the issues that people have with this is because they see it as it's advocating third-party applications to modify games. And I mean, in the multiplayer space, that's a big no-no. Unless, I mean, a controlled server environment, it's a mod, but you know, if you're talking about cheating and using exploits or whatnot. So I mean, it drums up a lot of fucking controversy in itself, where a lot of people are like, oh well, it's a single player experience, whatever, and then the other side of the fence is like, well, they're advocating cheating, so it's, I don't know. To me, yeah. I feel cheapened. I would feel cheapened if I did something like that. You know.
Yeah, I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it. I mean, it's not that big of a. It's not a big deal. It's just, yeah. Now, what brought him to using it was he played through the entire game without it, and then on the final boss he used it.
No. Fuck, absolutely not. I'm not gonna do it on the final boss.
Yeah, I wouldn't do that either. Like, absolutely, well, I've already fucking committed this long.
I just got 99.9% of the way through the fucking game, man. Like, you just fucked all that was just for nothing.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, but his reasoning that he was getting into was the whole like, he tried it a bunch of times and he was like, dude, it's taken me like 10 to 15 minutes just to get to the part I'm having a problem with.
Who fucking who?
Yeah. I mean, I get it. You know, like, I've had that moment when I'm playing Sekiro where I was fighting a boss and I'm like, dude, I have to go through all of this just to get to the part that I need to learn. Like, do I want to, like, this is just hard for the sake of hard. Like, it's not a matter of, like, I don't mind the difficulty of the fight and learning their moves. For me, personally, it was more of, like, if I just had 25% more poise damage, this wouldn't be a problem. I would have been done with this guy a long time ago. That's the issue.
Or maybe if you could
just building up a bar.
Fucking boss fight, right?
Yeah.
If he would have been, like, if he was just like, look, let's see, what am I trying to say? I did something to speed through to get to the boss fight and then turned it off. I don't think I'd be like, yeah. I mean, I might digest that a little easier on my end, personally.
Yeah.
If he's like, I don't want to have to clear out these enemies. I've already cleared out these enemies. I just want to hurry up and get to the boss fight so I can go attack the boss fight. So in that retrospect, I think I'd be a little bit more forgiving personally. Yeah.
But well, the 10 to 15 minutes was in the actual boss.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't want to spoil anything, but it was something in the boss fight that he had to do a lot.
I'm just gonna deal with it. I'm just gonna deal with it because that's the way it's designed, and that's why you pick those types of games.
Yeah, let me find a non-spoiler pretty early.
I hated Vampire the Masquerade fucking Bloodlines doing that shit. I still grunted through it. I hated it every second of it, but I still did it.
Yeah. I mean, I've heard that game has not aged well, but it's a good fucking game.
Save scum like a motherfucker, let me tell you that.
Yeah. Well, I don't know, man. It comes back to the, like, I have so many games I need to get through that I want to get through, not a need. Like, I want to get through games. And when I hit a part that, like that is like, this is just hard for this. Like, this is just time consuming for the sake of time consuming. And that's what pisses me off, you know, like, and I'll get angry about is like I said, like, if I just had 25% more poise damage, I would have been done with this guy, because the whole thing comes down to just building that bar up. I've got his moves down. I'm kicking his fucking ass, and that's why I quit Neo, is because I was kicking this fucking boss's ass. I just wasn't doing enough damage. I'd sit there for fucking 10 minutes kicking his ass, but I'm tickling to death because I don't want to go grind to get better gear. But I had his strats down like crazy, you know, like that wasn't the fucking problem. It's just like, dude, my arms are getting tired fighting this guy, like, because it's just like super fast paced shit, and I'm just not doing enough. I would have been done with him an hour ago if I just did 25% more damage or whatever the fuck, you know. It's stupid. It's stupid. Do we know this Ad Novi guy?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, all right.
Rux. Yeah, no, it's funny at Novi. Bloodlines is actually pretty good. I've played Vampire the Masquerade tabletop actually for years. So Bloodlines was not my first foray into it either. But yeah, that Malkavian playthrough was fucking. Of course, I was gonna play Malk, but
I need to play that game.
yeah.
Yeah, and they got another one coming out. They're working on another one.
I highly recommend. I feel like there's deja vu. I just did that.
Yeah, right. Hey. Hey. But yeah, that's my issue. I mean, Sekiro's environments are fucking awesome. I love exploring them. I love finding out how to kill certain enemies. It is pretty like Adnovi's saying that it's pretty much Dark Souls with only dex builds. But there is quite a bit that you can get into with all your tools and all this other stuff and fights and stuff. It's just there's decisions here and there that is like, was this a great idea? Like I fought a guy, like I won't spoil what it was, but I fought a guy in this, a fucking ninja that does hop, kick shit, hopping all over the place. I fought a ninja dude in a really, really small room. And you know how Dark Souls games are with cameras. It was fucking terrible. That was the problem with the entire fight. It didn't take a long time to kill him. It was just frustrating as shit when I'm trying to fight him and do my thing, and all I can see is the ceiling and blades going like this, and I'm trying to like live through it, you know? So. Also, I had a problem with this other boss that actually made me quit, and I tried 2 different controllers, and then I eventually Googled it, what it was. There's a move called the Makiri counter. Since this game is way more about your moves. And the Makiri counter, what it is if a enemy does any thrust attack to you, you can hold B to stomp on his thrust. So a spear, you stomp on the spear, and it does a ton of posture damage. If it's a sword, you stomp on his sword. Apparently, nice. If it's a kick, you can stomp on his foot. Which is cool, but you know, like that's what this game is more about. Is more like that's what I like about it.
That would be more about my style from all the fighters and shit I played on top of like playing Tenchu and stuff.
Yeah, which is cool about Sekiro. It really is cool because it's more about like I said before, the feeling of like you're in this ridiculous like kung fu movie and like you're doing moves against each other. Like it's not as much about killing each other slowly, it's more about besting the other man and getting him open than fucking ending it, you know? Like, that's what's cool about it. That's what I like about it.
Okay.
And it feels so good when you finally get there, too, because you're doing a bunch of clashing, you're doing a bunch of blocking, deflecting, you know, like the fucking, total anime-ness, you know, where you spend, like, 3 episodes having one fight with a guy just trying to find his weakness. Yeah. How can you block that? That is my ultimate attack. You know, like that's what Sekiro is not as ridiculous, but you know, that's what I like about the combat in that. Yeah. But the problem with that Makiri counter is sometimes it wouldn't activate, and the B button is also the dodge button. So sometimes it would just activate dodge instead, and I get hit instead of it doing the move by a move that does a fuck ton of damage. And this isn't the only thing that's had problems with button registration, and I went and Googled it, and other people have had the exact same problem where it will not register the button press. So you want to know what the fix was? Mash the button. I mean, yeah, you got a fix, but it was literally just, okay, so mash it. And I watched that.
That's a workaround is what that is.
So like I go and do it, and I'm like, all right, let's test it out. And then I just mashed it instead, and it worked. You know, like it didn't work all the time. Sometimes it still wouldn't fucking register it when I'm slamming 20 Qs for that action. But that was also with that was a problem I had that I went and Googled when I was getting pissed off with fucking deflect. Is because it's all about the posture damage. So if you hit the block button, if you're just blocking and it hits your posture when you're blocking. But if you hit it at the perfect moment, you'll do a deflect that ups, like, because you're knocking them off center, so it hurts their posture. So that's what you'd rather do, right? Is do a deflect instead. And it wasn't queuing, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on? I feel like it's just not registering my buttons. And I went and Googled it, and the fix was just mash it. So literally, to get used to it on new enemies, I just sit there and do this.
Yeah. Yeah, you have to. Your button inputs have to be fucking. I mean, that's the thing, especially with like fighters and whatnot and everything else. Like if their button inputs fucky, that's gonna ruin the entire fucking experience, especially if it's time based.
Yeah.
Oh man, you can't have that.
Yeah, and like Division has a ton of problems. Division's got tons of problems in it, but if the button, like, you know, when you're stuck on cover and you're trying not to die,
yeah,
or just whatever, there's tons of situations where stuff like that comes up in Division. But when the buttons fuck up, it doesn't mean that I die and then I have to go redo 10 to 15 minutes worth of fighting something to get to that point again where he does that thing. And that's when, like, when you have a very high penalty for fucking up and your shit isn't hot, that's when I get angry. Like, that wasn't me, that was the fucking game, you know? Like, that was the fucking game. Like, if for those of you that have watched me play games like this and Sekiro, I'll verbally call out when I fuck up. Like, that was on me. That one was me. I fucked up. I pressed the wrong button there. I shouldn't have done that. I made the wrong call. But then, like, I'll hit the button and it won't do it, and I'll just, like, go like that, and then he'll just fucking stab me.
Hear it. I usually hear it. Thump.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard that many thump.
Stupid. But anyway, I'd still recommend Sekiro personally. It's a really fucking fun game because of what they do really, really well. The story's really good, which I like that FromSoft made a game that's very Souls-like, but has a more outward story. I really like that you pretty much, like, you have a mission, and part of your mission or whatever, like your current quest, it's not as outright as that. It's like you open a quest marker thing. But so you go to, like, you have to go somewhere to go do that quest. And then you finish that area, and then you just come back to the main place and bring back the thing that you needed to get. And I like that, like, so that brings you into so many different environments. So it's like, you need to go get this thing that grows here and only here. Okay, all right, I'm gonna go get that thing. So I go and fight all those enemy types that are only in that area, and, you know, it's cool. It plays out really well. It's a cool adventure. It's very rewarding in a lot of ways. There was actually a boss, I won't spoil what it was, but there was actually a boss fight that came down to, it was more of a riddle instead of just an outright fight, which was cool that they did it. They didn't do it well. It was very frustrating, but it was cool that they, like, you had to outsmart your enemy based on the information you were given with tricks. Like, okay, this guy responds to this guy responds to, like, so on and so forth. But so it's a good game. It's not a 10 out of 10 game, but it's a good game. Yeah, because it's got some fucking problems. And again, because of that, if your shit isn't hot and your penalties are high, fuck you, you know, like, because it makes me angry. But anyway. Reported for being sexy thoughts, violating by too much man on screen at once.
You're over here. Are you looking at me?
Yeah.
Oh, nah. I'm
But all right, yeah. What's up, Floppy? How you doing, man? What's up, Dave? Trist?
I need more coffee. I need more fucking coffee before that fucking shit starts happening. I'm just like,
Hey. But yeah, that's basically about Sekiro. I haven't beat it yet. I look forward to keep playing it. Also, people, don't tell me how to play fucking games. All right? We cool on that? We cool? Don't spoil the fucking way to do it. All right? Also, I know that you see me frustrated, but I didn't spend $60 on a fucking game, so you can tell me what to do. Just so you know.
We're getting into the streamer discussions. All right.
Just so you know. All right? I know that you have, you care. You want me to enjoy it. I get it. And I've talked to those individuals about it, and they were cool about it and apologized. Some of you. Most people don't. Most people just get angry at me for something they did. But
we're gonna change it. Hey, it's a backseat conversation. Is that what we're covering?
Yeah,
Is this a backseat topic?
Yeah, it's a backseat thing. It's fucking. It'll like I know that like I'm already frustrated than you backseating me. But yeah, like I'm already angry. You telling me how to do it, I don't like it. Especially when most of the time the advice.
I hate backseat.
If it was right, if the advice was right, that means I'm a dumbass. You know what I mean? Blocking? No fucking way blocking saves me. What? Blocking something you should do? What? Somebody tries to hit you with a sword and you block it? The fuck is that? Oh my god, I never thought about doing that. That's ridiculous. Wait a minute, so this button I've been pressing the entire fucking time? That's what that does? Oh my god. Thank you for coming in here and telling me. Fuck. You know, I've had quite a few people come in and tell me that, like,
it does fucking get old, dude. I will say this: if we're doing like what streamer confessions right now, I fucking hate backseating. I cannot stand it. Hey man, go do this. Oh man, you should. Even when I'm Zeusing, it's like, hey, you should fucking put some tanks down here and fucking do like. If it's like a good idea, I might be like, hey man, what did you think about like putting some fucking tanks down here and doing that? I'm just like,
it's all about how you word it.
If I do it, I'll do it. If I don't do it, don't be like, hey man, put some fucking tanks down here. I'm just like, hey man, how about you shut the fuck up? Are you Zeusing? No. Are you the one providing the entertainment? No. Are you the one controlling this? No. Did you set this up? No. Shut your fucking mouth. I hate it.
Yeah, I mean, it really comes down to like how you word it too.
Yeah.
You come in here and like do this, and I'm like, fuck you. But if you came in here and you worded it like, hey man, I have some advice, or like, hey, you know, like worded it in a way that brings it up in an like, you know, like what do you think about the idea of doing this? Oh, okay, well, you know, you have a conversation about it. Not, you know, just straight up come in here and be like I've like in Sekiro specifically, I've had quite a few people come in and be like, hey, there's a tip I want to give you that will save you a huge headache. And it's gotten to the point whenever I get that, it's like, if it's block and not dodge, there's the door. And I've had people like, all right, bye. You're in for a headache. And I'm like, I got through that boss in like 2 more tries. And I was iframing through his moves. And I mean, because I've had bosses where, you know, if I only block in them, they kill me. I've also, like, literally after the first person had that conversation with me, I fought a boss where when you blocked, his damage went through your block anyway. So it's stupid.
Yeah.
It's a stupid argument.
I don't know. I just, you know, I think it's more the mantra of people get excited and then they're like, oh, okay, well, I should calm it down. And that's one thing. Like, some people get excited, just like, hey man, and it's like, I can't punch you in the face, so like, here's your fucking, like, I don't even do like my thing, and we've talked about this. Timeouts are warnings. I don't do verbal warnings anymore. I don't like verbal warnings. I have to stop the flow of what I'm doing to basically warn you. I'm like, no, here's your warning. Sit in timeout for 5 minutes, and then maybe a mod will advise you. You know, that's what timeouts are supposed to be, in my opinion, anyway. Are warnings. There is no verbal reprimand. It's shut up for 5 minutes, or shut up for 30 seconds, or whatever the case may be. Sometimes they're just fun little tools to fucking fuck with people on. Yeah. You don't actually want to. You know, sometimes I play around with it a little bit.
Yeah. Like the other day, we were timing people out in your chat, and they're busy getting smoked right now. You can talk to them later.
Yeah.
Beat your face! Lower! While they're still timed out and they can't reply.
It's fun. Just fun stuff.
Start doing monkey fuckers. Go!
I cannot stand backseating. I can't stand it. That's just my own thing. So yeah, I didn't know we were gonna cover that topic, but I'm glad we did. Cool.
Yeah, it just kind of came up, but anyway. Yeah. Like I for some of you that have been around for a long time, I get it. I have watched people play games that I love, and I see that they're frustrated with something, and the answer is extremely obvious. What'll make it so much easier? I totally get it, but just don't do it. Just let them fucking suffer, unless they specifically.
I can alleviate your pain if you let me.
Yeah.
That's a good precursor. And I'll be like, please tell me.
Yeah.
And then it's like, okay.
Oh, I just got my arm cut off. God damn it.
That's
That's backseaters right there. I can help you. Shut up! Ah! My fucking Uganda!
Yeah.
But anyway.
Would you like some help? Usually works pretty good.
Yeah. Although about the blocking thing, I get a little anal because it's a very close-minded way of assuming that I'm a fucking dumbass, and I never thought about that.
Oh yeah, it's always.
Or there's more than one way to play
I
the
have
game.
to be very careful with. Awesome.
Yeah. That's just like your opinion, man.
Speaking of.
Just channel my inner Big Lebowski, you know. That's just like your opinion, man.
Just the timeouts or warnings. I mean, enough fucking said there. I think I just closed out the chat. God damn it.
Look what you made me do.
I don't know you. I've never heard of that individual before, and then just comes in here like that. Like, nah, fuck you, bitch. Let's hit the reset button and try again.
Oh wow, really, Adnovi? That's fucking stupid. I was wondering about that, if you can actually kill that guy. I figured it was a plot point anyway, and it has to happen, but anyway. Okay. Alright. Sekiro. Backseating. Gotcha. Dude, when I played through the other Dark Souls games, I was already agitated. Chat never, most of the time, never made it better. Like when I'm sitting there and I've been beating my face against a fucking boss for about like 3 hours, I'm like, all right, go ahead. What am I doing wrong? And the first reply I get is a get good Kappa. I'm like, dude, if you were sitting next to me right now, I'd be punching your fucking balls so goddamn hard over and over and over again until you like talked in like 5 octaves higher for a month.
I am
like,
so
I'm just
happy. I mean, I feel like Nate, that you are so embracing the fucking dark side, and I think I don't know if it's my fault or our conversations. It's just I feel like you're just blossoming into a nice little evil
one of those blood flowers that like eats people when they get too close to it, but has a very pungent aroma and whatever. But anyway, with like a flower with fangs on it. But whatever, I got you. Yeah. But yeah, man, it's fucking annoying.
You want this?
Whatever, you know. Yeah. And then the joke I made the other day that Dirk loved was the like keep punching him in the balls. Like, why are you doing this? Get good and stop me. But anyway,
fuck?
Yeah. I need to get better at animation so I can just make little comics about my jokes. That'd be perfect.
That would be fucking sick. You just fucking streamer fucking animations and shit. You know what? That's a good fucking idea.
Yeah. I mean, I thought about it for like it would be perfect if I got better at quick animation. I could just like draw up little like suicide and happiness or whatever, cyanide and happiness stuff, like little like blocks of a joke of something like that. Like me playing Dark Souls. Somebody says get good, and start, you know, then I start punching them in the balls in the next frame, and they're like stop, and I'm like get good and stop me. You know, like that would just be the comic. That's it. That's all it is. You know, and it would just be things like that come up. But anyway.
You can put like the one of the banned words is get good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Auto smack.
Yeah. I mean, I've had I think Gamer delivered one that was fucking brilliant one time. He led me down a story and then it came back to get good and I was like, all right, you did pretty good on that one. That one was pretty good. That one you actually put like use your fucking wits, people. Don't just be like a get good, bro. But anyway, all right.
You always gag on a dick and get good at that. How about that?
Yeah.
Try that. Go ahead and try that.
Yeah. You see that hole in the wall? I have now pressed a button. In about 2.5 seconds, a giant black cock will stick out of that wall. Could you please gag on it for me? Yeah. All right. We talked about that. We talked about that. Oh,
I like where this is going. Oh,
right.
shit.
So, might as well get into this too since we're talking about all the articles and stuff. So, Jason Schreier, from whom I've been told is a really, really good writer, and he did a really good job. I read this article. It is about Anthem, how BioWare's Anthem went wrong. Now this is a really fucking long article. Anthem. So this is a really, really long article. He wrote it on Kotaku. For those of you watching this on YouTube, I'm gonna put the link to the article down below. But yeah, there you go. He did a really good job of writing it. He had a lot, like he went and did a bunch of interviews with people. He tried to get Electronic Arts and BioWare to comment on it. Like devs went and interviewed devs. This is everything that happened in the development of Anthem and the backstory of what's going on with EA and BioWare and why Anthem came out and it sucked. Like that, like everything that led to it in the design process. And I mean, there was even a point in here where they don't give a lot of names because these people are still working at these companies. But like one dude like even went in to say like, dude, Mass Effect Andromeda just fucking bombed because we're doing this because we can't fucking decide on what we want this game to be. And he went to his like superior or whatever and like, so we need to fucking focus and finish it, you know, like focus on what we want it to be. And the guy was just like, meh. And there's another point here is that apparently BioWare for a long time has had this this ideology that it all works out in the end. It's the BioWare magic. You just do what you got to do to get there and the game will be good anyway. And the article also goes into length about how that kind of theory on how to make games is not good, and also this crazy crunch time they do has been causing a lot of mental health issues for a lot of people that work there. Like they've been having crazy amounts of people have mental breakdowns from working crazy hours in the conditions and like all this shit.
You disperse margaritas for everybody, and then all of a sudden the stress goes down, the creativity goes up.
Yeah, right. Not making people work crazy fucking hours when you keep changing what the game's going to be. So they have to like go and redo everything and so on and so forth and feeling like their opinions aren't being heard and what the game should be. Like Anthem was initially, this article goes into Anthem, what Anthem was initially supposed to be, which was a game. It wasn't called Anthem. It was called Beyond beforehand. And Beyond was supposed to be because you leave the walls to go do things. It was supposed to be like a really hard kind of survival-esque game that you played with friends where like we need to go get this. By the way, it's in an active volcano, and that's where they came up with the idea of wearing exosuits to be able to survive in harsh conditions, and your job is to go get things and kill things and stuff. So you go out with your buddies against like crazy environments that are trying to kill you, monsters that are trying to kill you, tons of monsters that are fucking huge and stuff, and like, you know, like that was the idea behind the game. And they played on and off with the whole idea of having flight. So they kept like making it for flight, not making it for flight. And every single time they decided against it and took out flight, that changes the entire map, right? Because like you can't, like the map can't work the same way if you can fly, because then you can just get from point A to point B just going, and then you just waste it all. Like it needs to be designed for flight. So they kept taking it out. And then at one point, this was years into development already, where they should have been well past the pre-production phase. And for those of you that are unaware with game design, there's a period of time that is allocated to pre-production where they come up with like the final idea of the game isn't even set in yet. They come up with what that is and they start building like demo versions of things in it to see how it plays out, to see if going down going down those paths, like, is it possible? Can we actually make a game like that does these things? So they go through like, you know, the core design teams are sitting there coming up with like everything that's going to be in the game, the characters, the story, all of that. They all sit down and do that. And then the guys making it like, all right, so we're going to demo, like, this is kind of what flight's going to be like. This is how it actually play out. And they all talk to each other and work that all out. Then once they get into production phase, pre-production is not supposed to take too long. Maybe about a year, maybe about 6 months. But with Anthem, pre-production lasted like 3 years, I think, 3 or 4 years. And then the last little bit was actually trying to slam in what the game's supposed to be, and it was still changing what it was because they had one of the big guys at BioWare came by to see what the game was, and he was like, I don't like this. This is not at all what I want this game to be. It's not pretty enough, and you know, like this isn't cool. So they like scrapped a ton of shit they were doing, reintroduced flight, and made it look pretty, and focused a bunch of dev time on that. And like there's quotes in here from devs being like, "Dude, so are we doing flight, or are we just making it for a demo for him so he gets off our fucking ass?" Like, so there was a lot of that kind of feeling going on with the development of this game, where it's like, oh fuck, man, shit. Like, what are we fucking doing here? You know, and I can imagine working in that environment and just like nobody's listening to you too, and you're just like, what the fuck? Look, dude, 90% of us agree that we should do this with the game, but you're just not listening because the guys higher up than you want something pretty that you fly. But
well, it's whatever I want, Nate.
Yeah. Which, you know, fair enough, but I mean, like, these are also the people making the game, and I feel like what it could have been would have been awesome. They didn't want to make another Dragon Age Inquisition game. Like, they didn't want to make another BioWare like usual game. Like, that's what apparently most of the devs wanted to do, was not that. They wanted to make something else. And apparently also in the development of Dragon Age Inquisition, they didn't think it was gonna work. The devs, they didn't think people were gonna like it because of how like the development cycle went, and like they were burning themselves out, and they didn't think it was gonna be a good game. But then people loved it, and there was actually a point in here where some of the devs, there's some quotes from devs saying that like it kind of sucks that it did do so well, because then it just furthered the idea of this BioWare magic thing that we just need to like fucking burn ourselves out to make something and it'll turn out okay. Like the quote here is, they were like, we needed Dragon Age Inquisition to fail in order for people to realize that this isn't the right way to make games, is to do stuff like that. But it didn't, so they got fucked. So. Sent you something, sorry in advance. I don't even want to look at that right now. I don't like that pretext. Anyway, I don't want to delve into that. If you say sorry in advance, if it's your dick, I don't want to see it. But anyway, yeah. So a long dev cycle that didn't even get into post-production and production, and they kept changing what they wanted it to be. And you can see it, and I thought that when I was playing it too. It was like, dude, I feel like there was a bunch of different ideas here, and they just like, at the end, they were like, all right, well, we're gonna do this, and then they just kind of like cut it apart and then threw it together, and then boom, there you go. Here's the game.
Smash shit now.
Yeah. Disappointing.
Smash of shit. Not good.
It's a pic of you making a face.
Is it going to put him in a bad mood? Because if he's in a bad mood, or understand that you and I are, you're gonna have to deal with us attacking you for like the next 2 hours. Just want to let that be known.
You should be able to see it right now. My share screen. That's what he sent me.
All right.
Okay, it's funny. Get good. It's me saying get good like that.
It's like we can make this the TG episode of fucking crushing Floppy's nuts. I mean, I'm cool with that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So.
No, you're not wrong, Doc. Yeah. If it's Paladin, it's probably porn. If it's United, it's a joke. If it's Doc, it's some hot chick or some music. And well, Paladin also sends me music, but
music's good. I like music.
Yeah. I'm not saying I have a problem with any of the nudity stuff that you've sent me, Paladin. I've liked all of it every single time.
You just got to be careful opening it up on fucking stream.
Yeah.
That's all.
Oh, they were lovely, man. They were so good. That video did not disappoint. Not at all. She had some huge titties. She was dancing and they were flopping everywhere, and she was wearing this really tight sweater, and I was just sitting there watching it the entire time like, please take the sweater off. Please take this. And she does it. And I'm just like, oh, those are amazing. Oh, I have seen the light. Oh, I have stared into the pit of amazingness, and I have lived. But anyway.
I like boobs. I mean, shit.
I'll have to send it to you sometime. It was pretty good. It was pretty good. Yeah. But anyway. Yeah. So that's the basic about the whole Anthem thing. I don't know if you have any thoughts about that or questions about what the article gets into, or
having not played the game, I don't think it's for me to comment. I think that exposing this is going to, I hope it helps. I don't know if it's going to, but I hope it helps and maybe can turn some things around or change some things up.
Yeah.
I think it's probably an article worth your read. I don't have the
Yeah.
link. But
Yeah.
as far as my thoughts on Anthem, I don't own the game, so therefore I don't really. I observe. I observe, so I have no thoughts.
Yeah. Also, to caveat, because BioWare declined to comment when being asked for an interview on some things by this guy.
Well, who's going to be the guy that comments? You know what I mean?
Yeah. And BioWare put out a reply statement that if you read this article, then you read the reply statement. They didn't actually read the article. They just did like a basic PR statement thing that kind of attacks the guy that wrote this, even though if you actually read the article, that's not what he did. He didn't.
You know what?
It's
honestly, to me, Obsidian is the last bastion of what I represent, of what everything else is anyway. Because Obsidian, to me, is the culmination of a lot of the Black Isle team anyway, or Interplay team.
Yeah.
So, as long as I have Obsidian, I mean, they've made some flops too, but
yeah,
Obsidian, dude.
Yeah, I mean they were just picked up by Microsoft, right? Yeah.
Yep.
And from what I've gathered so far, this isn't 100% true, is that Microsoft's just like, do your thing, you're good, right? So far. I mean, shit, they were like, the first thing that they did was like, hey, we've got Microsoft funding now, we're gonna make our own kind of Borderlands, like Outworld or whatever.
Everybody's making the statement that it's going to be like a Borderlands, but nobody fucking knows.
Yeah, no.
All right, just.
I'm stoked for it either way. I'm gonna buy that fucking game because of Obsidian.
Shut up until we get gameplay. Stop making the assumptions of what it is. All right. Yeah. It's probably not going to be. I mean, do they advertise a jillion guns? No, that's probably not a Borderlands thing. Okay, it's just maybe it has the same theme and premise, but. My interpretation was it was a lot more story driven, kind of like the same way that Obsidian always does things. It's wacky like Borderlands, I guess you could say. I could see where they got the vibe because of maybe the post-apocalyptic kind of desert strewn out Mad Max looking fucking shit. But I think it's more. I think if it's Obsidian, it's gonna be. I think they showed some wackiness, but I hope they have a darker turn of it in a way. But I don't know. I think people are going to have this expectation that it's going to be like Borderlands, and then it's like it's not.
I'm fine with whatever the game's going to fucking be. I want to figure like same thing with Anthem is like before even Anthem came out, I was getting flooded with fucking reviews and information and articles about how much Anthem fucking sucks and it's a terrible game. Like, dude, I haven't even it's not even full release yet. And I fucking hate that about the gaming industry right now is that the full game isn't out yet. I haven't even started preloading the game and I'm already being told by everybody that it fucking sucks. And I don't like that. I don't like that at all. It's fucking stupid. I had a rant about this in Discord. I'm fucking tired of this whole people getting early access to shit so they can push out their fucking content. Reviewers getting games early so they can bang through them, not even finish the fucking game, so they can make a goddamn review and so they can get it out faster than everyone else because it's all a competition when it comes to content. Yeah, I get it, but this is the system you've created where somebody just needs to bang through the fucking game and then put out something about it and not even actually enjoy it. Like I feel like if I could pause the world in that regard, sit down with the dude that made the review and be like, how much of it did you play? How many hours did you spend? And he'd be like, oh, I spent about 15 and I blasted through everything. Like, how can you give an honest fucking opinion about the game then? But I mean, it's not my fucking place to ask that, but whatever. It's it's stupid. It's stupid that this is what it's become. And I'm tired as a content creator and also for just customers, consumers, and viewers and just gamers, period, that we are consistently seeing people get the game early to stream as well. Like that, like imagine if Justin here, right? Justin gets Borderlands 3 early. He gets it a week early. Nobody else gets it. And they let him only stream it a week early. He's going to have so many fucking viewers. He's going to make fuck tons of money. Like, that just made his career as a content creator. Boom. That's like, but these big streamer guys, like, I get it. they're influencers. They're going to get people to buy the game because they get it early because people are going to go see them already and they're already big and they already have numbers for outreach. But it just makes the bigger and it causes all these other problems. And like, I'm sitting here like, dude, I've been streaming for like almost 4 years now. And like, I just keep seeing these things and these patterns that just fuck me over and over again. And I'm just like, this is fucking stupid. But anyway.
I mean, we could go into that whole can of worms too. And I think Dave and I went in that can of worms too of paying extra money for early access, and as a content creator, you're going to do that.
Yeah.
Also, chat, be very careful about potential self-promotion. That's another big pet peeve. I just want to throw that fucking out there. With fucking all this fucking jumping into fucking things and stuff like that, and you're facilitating that market, and because you're facilitating that market, as content creators, it's a unique, I guess it's a unique problem to us, and you could be like, well, it's just a problem to you anyway, so whatever. And yeah, that's true, but it's facilitating a lot of things that don't need to happen as well. Now, granted, it's a business, so therefore I can't tell people what to do with their business, and it is what it is. But it kind of gets that whole frustrating aspect too. So yeah, it can cause frustrating, but business is always going to be business. As long as people keep buying it, it's going to happen. Yeah, unfortunately. Yeah, kind of like microtransactions. Yeah, like we can all argue till we're blue in the fucking face and passed out, and an ambulance is taking me to the hospital, and I'm still fucking yelling about microtransactions. But when they get their financial like return sheets and they look at them and they're like, dude, we're making fuck tons of money on this stuff, I can't get mad at them for that. I can't, but they're making, like, people are still fucking spending tons of money on microtransactions. I can be mad about what they do to a game, but it's whatever. Oh, and to caveat, the half of that was waiting on loading screens. So apparently in the early builds of Anthem, or before it was called Anthem, it was called Beyond, there were no loading screens. It was all fluid as fuck. And then all the cut choppy that they did ruined it. Also, there was a point where that big head at BioWare didn't like what was going on, so he pulled the team to go also work with somebody else. It was some EA dudes. Yeah. And then there was also a section in that article that talked about how some of their best and brightest were being pulled to work on FIFA because FIFA makes fuck tons of money. FIFA makes tons of money because of microtransactions. Absolutely. Yeah.
So they were pulling some of their best and brightest like developers, period, in all fields to go work on FIFA because FIFA makes them fuck tons of money. So that sucks that they're pulling people out of these story games for that stuff. So it was a ton of things that led to a not good game. But anyway. Let's see here. Yeah, we talked about that. With the Anthem fail, we got Sekiro. We talked about. Oh, okay. So I'm sure most of you are aware, but there's been a lot of stink about Borderlands 3 coming exclusively on PC.
Did we already cover this, or did
There's a little more about it.
I got into a rant and tirade about this, not you.
Yeah. Okay. And then I've talked about it on my stream too. Yeah, we didn't do it on TG.
I've talked about it like for 3 days fucking straight of just pounding away.
Yeah. Yeah, like it comes up a lot. Like I've had people come in chat be like, "Oh, by the way, fuck Borderlands," like or fuck.
Okay, and then don't fucking play it, bitch.
Yeah. Whatever. Yeah, it's whatever. I get it.
I'm glad you launch your debate on your fucking purchase. Cool.
Yeah.
Anyway, whatever.
I mean, it's 2K specifically, by the way. There's a big difference between publisher and developer, just so we all know. The 2K, the publisher, made the decision to have Epic have the exclusive launch on PC. Just so we're all clear there.
Oh, wait, it's a PC? What?
Yeah. I mean, like, PlayStation and Xbox are still going to get the game, but on PC specifically, Epic Games is going to get it exclusively at first.
Okay.
Epic Games Launcher. Which, yeah, it fucking sucks. I get it. It's stupid. Whatever. you know, but I like to play games. I like to enjoy games. I don't give a shit. And this is also another point that I've kind of speculated on. I don't know if this is true, but if from a publisher's point of view, if they make that money from exclusive launches on certain launchers versus like cutting the game up into stupid little microtransaction things, and moving forward, that's how we get over that.
Microtransactions, fuck yeah.
Yeah, I'm okay with that. If that's what, you know, like that's what we see a trend of instead, like we get the, you know, Borderlands games before had a lot of microtransactions as far as skins and stuff like that, but it was just cosmetic shit that didn't really matter anyway, and you still got a bunch of them in game anyway, and it doesn't matter. You get shit tons of shift codes and all that, whatever. I don't think I've ever really heard anybody bitch about the buying all the little skin things in Borderlands, but you know, if it stops, like just games period, not just this game, but it stops games period from having this issue of those microtransactions and cutting shit into DLCs, like day one fucking DLC that you can buy, like that's stupid. Like how many times have you guys seen a game that they literally cut shit out to sell separately?
I'll be real. I remember the early days of Steam, and I've been around with Steam for 13 years. I fucking hated Steam. I hated Steam with a passion when it first came out. It hogged up so much resources. I hated the fact that instead of punching in the CD key into the fucking thing, I had to go to Steam and download that fucking launcher to punch in a fucking CD key to activate my shit on Steam. I hated that. I hated that in the early days of Steam, and now Steam's become the normal place. So then it's just, I just think it's funny.
Yeah.
Because Steam used to be fucking horrid.
Yeah. I mean, shit, Valve made, they fucking had Half-Life, and they're like, we want a way so that people can't pirate our game, which is why they made Steam. So that you had this online thing that you had to connect to get your game that was through them, so you couldn't pirate it.
Yeah. Oh my God. There is so much hatred for that.
Yeah. So. I mean, I don't know. I know that we all love games, but I have this feeling that like gaming period has gotten to this point where everybody, like not everybody, but so many people react to stuff like they were just told that they've missed like 5 payments of their mortgage.
Yeah, yeah. Everything's a huge ordeal now. Yeah. Like whoa.
Like you just sacrificed my firstborn child with this decision you made. Like that's the direct consequence.
Like,
yeah.
Dude, you fucking kidding me?
Yeah, and fuck everybody that works there. Fuck them all. You know, all the people that put their heart and soul into this game because it's going on the Epic launcher. You all fucking suck. You can eat a dick. I hate you. You know, and it's just like, God damn. Just chill out, man. Just enjoy the fucking game, man. Until it gets to that point where it actually causes, where it actually causes like your firstborn child being sacrificed because of a decision a game company made. You know, until then, just chill out, man. I get it.
Unplug your fucking router and just step outside and enjoy life a little bit more if that fucking is crushing to you.
Yeah. I mean, if you want to be angry about something, go be angry about taxes.
Well, there you go. Simple enough.
Yeah. There's more real things to worry about.
You're not fucking making a big hoopla stink, think it's an outrage. It's just if you don't want it, don't like it, don't buy it. Simple enough.
Yeah.
Simple enough.
Yeah.
Wait your time for it to release on another platform that you do like. Simple enough. Easy peasy.
Wait, what? Randy Pitchford did say that if Valve announces Half-Life 3, then he'd pull every string he could to get Borderlands 3 on Steam. That's funny.
You get that in writing?
Yeah. Did you get that in writing? I know he's a weirdo, but I kind of like him. He's just a dude trying to be himself, even if he's kind of a little weird, you know. He's never,
a little weird.
I mean, he did magic tricks on stage and shit and stuff, and he loves to do his magic tricks. But
yeah, it's okay. Whatever. It's harmless.
Yeah.
It's not like he's, sawing people in half or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Wearing women's skin and asking the camera.
Yeah. Rub lotion
would
on
you
the
fuck
skin?
me?
Yeah. Yeah.
I'd fuck me. Yeah. Anyway, so here's his tweet. Crazy Earl talking. It's not my call, but if Gabe and Gaben legit announces Half-Life 3. I will use all the leverage and influence I can to get our game on Valve Store as soon as reasonably possible. No promises, but I would go as bananas for Half-Life 3 as you all are going for Borderlands 3. Okay.
Not started a caveat with "It's not my call," so that abstains me from any responsibility in this tweet. Got it.
Yeah. It's not my fucking fault. But anyway, yeah, so that's what's been going on with that. I know you guys are vividly debating certain points in here. What's up, Oceana? How you doing? But yeah. It's Borderlands 3, man. It's Borderlands fucking 3. Is your little issue with something a publisher did that big of a deal? It's Borderlands 3, man. By the way, which is also going to have crossplay.
That's Gucci. I like that.
Yeah. Like, it may not work with PlayStation because PlayStation's a dick, but I'm just fucking saying, man. It's going to have fucking crossplay. And that's what you're angry about?
Yeah, I'm cool. I'm definitely cool with the crossplay.
Yeah. Maybe Steam didn't want crossplay. You think about that?
Actually, that could be valid because wasn't there a separate Steam client for certain games as well? For like, I think they had a Call of Duty Infinite Warfare fiasco where Steam users couldn't talk to users from other platforms or purchases or something. I don't know what the fuck the deal was with that. So I mean, that could very well be a thing. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, fucking crossplay, people. Hey, you got a friend who's on console because he's not rich? Because PCs are expensive? I'm being general here.
Wait, what?
I'm just saying, man. You know, like, hey, you got a friend that's on console. You can still play with him. What? Oh my god! Oh my god! You can still play with him. You know, that's ridiculous. Like,
well,
come on, people.
That's your opinion on what's bad. So let's go ahead and, whatever. I think you made your opinion known. So let's not beat a fucking dead horse here.
Yeah. I mean, it's a fair point.
You think it's bad, then don't get it. But at the same time, we're talking about, people crucifying people to an insane degree. So, we get it.
Yeah. I mean, you're not poor. You just have different priorities. Let's just put it that way. If you really wanted a fucking PC, you'd have a PC. If you wanted to go to Spain, you've been meaning to go to Spain for your entire fucking life, you'd be able to go. Let's all be real about that. Anything's possible if you put your fucking mind to it. Right? Anyway. I know you're making a joke, but anyway. I mean, Doc does bring up a big point here, is that I have heard this quite a bit, is the security issues with Epic and all, and so on and so forth, and their customer service and getting your account back isn't great. Hopefully they work on it. Totally get it. Totally understand. It's stupid. It's stupid. I'm not just gonna blindly love it just because it's Borderlands 3 and suck its dick, and I don't matter what it, I don't care what it does to me. I'm just saying, yeah. Anyway.
A lot of dick sucking, wasn't it? That was the last TG episode. We're gonna have like a whole bunch of fucking sexual fucking shit in this bitch now all of a sudden.
I wonder what I got on my mind, huh?
Maybe your dick.
Why do we hate China?
What?
I don't know. Tencent made PUBG, right? No. Tencent made
Ring of Elysium, I think.
Ring of Elysium, yeah.
I don't know at Novi. I don't get involved in that shit anymore. I don't fucking care. I mean, even John doesn't even fucking care. He hates checking his own goddamn Discord, and that's where I said if you would just pump the brakes and take control of the community, you wouldn't have dumb shit like that.
Yeah.
I'm just like, whatever. I don't even bother checking anymore. If I make content, I'll post it in embedded media, and then I'll call it a day. Other than that, I don't fucking care to even bother looking at any discussion in that place, which is unfortunate because that's going to turn people away. But it's up to them.
Yeah. God damn it, Doc. He sent me a link of this hot streamer with blue hair last night.
Blue hair. Oh.
Yeah. I was like, oh.
Hey, Doc, you know what? You keep facilitating all that. You know what? Fucking do it. If it puts a smile on his face, fucking do it.
Yeah.
Had a conversation about that, didn't we, Nate?
Yes, we did. What puts a smile on Nate's face is a good thing. Yep. But yeah, so coming back to the whole whatever thing with the Chinese company, dude. Like, this is my same view on politics. Is I'm not actually in the room when these people have these conversations. I could speculate all day in and out. Same thing with this game stuff. When they make these decisions, I can speculate all day. I personally don't really do a lot of research on political stuff or economical stuff, so I don't like talking out of my fucking ass because I have no place to have an actual informed opinion about said topic. So I just don't really pay attention to it that much. So like this thing with like this company doing some stuff with Chinese government social credit system, blah blah blah. I know so little about so much of that I don't know. I just, like it's one of those things that like, dude, that's a whole other fucking can of worms that I don't even get into in my personal life. So, let alone on streams.
I don't want to get bogged down with a whole bunch of fucking bullshit anyway.
Yeah.
Like, all right,
yeah,
whatever.
Yeah, and I know that it's kind of a closed-minded way to look at the world, but man, after some of the places I've been and the things that have happened to me and shit, I just want to fucking enjoy life. Yeah, I just want to enjoy life, man. You know what? Yeah, sometimes I block out the fucked up shit. Whatever. But I just want to fucking enjoy it. You know what? There's enough people out in the world that do care about that stuff that they will take care of it. Well, it might affect you someday. Yeah, and I'll deal with it when that happens. It's whatever.
Why you pointing at me?
No, just the stuff
like,
here, not you.
We'll take care of it.
It's got a wall right here. It doesn't go all the way to you.
All right,
right there.
I was like, who am I taking care of? What? All right.
I mean, I get it. Yeah, it's part of it for people that worry about that stuff, but yeah. Yeah.
Like I said, I understand people's concerns on. I'm not debating people's concerns on why they don't want certain launchers because they are legitimate concerns, to them. I don't like the security issues. I don't like the refund policies. I understand. Perfect. I get it. Not knocking that. What I'm saying is that you're crucifying the dev themselves and everybody else and everything else, making it like it's fucking huge. It's like, well, there's a simple solution. Don't buy it.
Yeah. Or
wait and get it on the platform that you do trust.
Yeah.
Simple. No problem. No problem. It is what it is.
Yeah.
If I don't like it, I'm not gonna buy it. I'll wait. I mean, I wanted to get Sekiro, but I'm like, you know what? I have no problem just waiting. I'll just wait.
Yeah.
It's not killing me. There's so many other things I can do right now.
It's cool. It's cool, man. Shit, man. Just be chill, man. Let's enjoy things, man. Shit.
So, shit. I mean, everything's gonna be shit to someone's eyes. No matter what. Yeah. So, it's just, at the end of the day, they're games.
Yeah. Just don't get angry at me if I also don't get outraged by things that aren't that big of a deal.
I just don't. I find a lot of things insignificant, and that's where we kind of share things. It's just there's so many different things you could be focusing on that I just don't care.
Yeah. I mean, I'll admit that when I'm playing a game and there's a design decision in the game that's stupid and it was basically there just as a fuck you and it's lazy design, I get angry. That's because in the last year of my life, I have realized that I have a problem with using my anger and what I do with it, and I don't want to fucking die of a goddamn stroke. So I just let it out. Or
have a nice little anxiety attack during lunchtime like me. Yeah. That was fun. That sucked. Yeah. Oh my God, that sucked.
Yeah, exactly. I don't want that shit to happen. Justin doesn't want, something you work on. So like, the point is like,
what the fuck?
Yeah, yeah. It's good to have emotions. It's what you do with them that matters. Like I didn't point it at somebody. I just dealt with my emotion, felt it, and then moved on with my life. But.
Furious, you don't get mad at things that aren't that big of a deal. Are you white knighting for me, sir? He's gonna get mad for me.
Is South Park currently distributed by Debmar Mercury and CBS television distribution? I don't watch South Park.
I love South Park. I don't know. I don't care.
Yeah. It does say AMA in there. It doesn't mean you're going to get the right answer. Like, we got AMA in the tag, but no, I don't know.
I don't know either, man.
I don't know. But anyway.
I love South Park. See, that's one thing. Nate and I agree. Nate doesn't like South Park. Nate doesn't have to fucking like South Park, all right? Nate might be fucking wrong, but Nate doesn't have to like South Park.
Well, it's funny. I just can't stand their voices. They're so fucking. I can't stand high pitched voices in anything, man. I can't stand it in anime. I can't stand it in children. I can't stand it in.
Yeah.
Well.
Might be the internet. Oh my God, Nate! How dare you not like South Park? And blah 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 blah. No, okay, he doesn't like South Park. Cool.
Yeah. If they didn't have high pitched voices, I would enjoy it. I mean, I enjoyed watching you play South Park. It was fucking hilarious. Yeah. Fucking hilarious. But I just, it's not. I don't want to. I've tried. I've tried, man. I've tried sitting down to watch shows, and I'm like, I just can't stand these voices. They're annoying me. But yeah. Anyway, I think we're done with that part.
This is gonna be like the fucking what are we gonna title this TG? It's not gonna be about gaming news. Oh, I guess it is. Bullshit that pisses Nate and Justin off. Boom.
Yeah. It's gonna be the chill the fuck out edition.
Yep.
Just chill the fuck out, man.
Will there be a MechWarrior 5 beta? I fucking hope so. Oh, I fucking hope so. Ooh,
that'd be cool. I'd be down. I'm excited. I'm excited. All right. Okay, let's get into some stuff that you've been playing. Justin playing games. That's it. That's the transition. Justin playing games. So, you've been playing a little bit more Insurgency Sandstorm. Let's talk about that.
Yeah, Insurgency Sandstorm, so they pushed out, well, that's PUBG, but yeah.
Motherfucker.
So, they pushed out an update that's supposed to optimize things better, and see, here's the problem with that is I put a new 1080 Ti in my computer, so I don't know if that's... Alright, apparently somebody else needs to fucking sit in the corner for a second and think about how we do things here. But that being said, they optimized it. They took care of a few things. I can put it on very high now and still have fine. They get the stuttering issue that we hate, Nate, is apparently, I don't know, absolved or fixed, which is a big thing. I will say still in that regards, it's been better. They're taking steps in the right direction, but now it's a matter of getting other things going with it. Optimizations there and good stuff. Oh my God, tell me you're not going to record me fucking singing and dancing. Okay, good. Yeah, I mean, steps in the right direction, definitely steps in the right direction. But again, I can't really say anything graphically because again, I put a 1080 Ti in this machine, so. Yeah.
I mean, I run the game at like the competitive settings where you have everything low anyway.
Yep.
So that's how I run it, and I have VSync off, and it tears like a motherfucker, but I don't care because I've noticed a huge increase in my performance when I do that in games like this. Like I'll pump it back up. And I'll put it back down. And I'm like, I'm doing way better. Like, this is undeniably the reason that I'm doing better with that. But, I mean, my problem with the stuttering is when I interact with a player and I start trading packets with a player, that's when they stop moving like a human or a natural thing, and they start doing the thing, and that fucks me up.
That's what they optimize.
Yep. Okay, interesting. That's my problem with a lot of games. A lot of games have that problem when there's any PvP in it. That's what happens. I mean, could you imagine playing like Borderlands, for example, and you play the game at 120, 144 FPS, whatever the fuck, you're like crazy smooth, but all the enemies specifically run at like 15 FPS.
Yeah. They fixed the whole fucking turning, not like getting shot while they aren't facing you and stuff like that. At least it seemed better. Latency as well. Just positive progression.
Do we have transcoding today? Yeah, we do. Okay.
Twitch has been fucky anyway, and I thought it was me rendering a video that was the problem, but apparently it wasn't.
I mean, we haven't dropped any frames, and as you can see, the stream health is stable as fuck, so it's not me.
Yep. So, it's just... the game deserves to take off, and it can fill a good niche. You know, they just need to keep doing. And it's off the tip of my tongue what I still think they need to fucking do with it, and it's driving me nuts. I don't remember what the fuck it was. Other than better optimization.
Oh, spawn camping shit and zoning.
That shit. And
zoning shit.
Really need to start cracking down on restricted zones, because that is gonna murder the game.
Yeah, I mean, it killed it for me. I have my other issues, but that I was just like, I'm done with this. Every time I die, my teammates are just probing restricted zones to shoot people in the ass, and that's all they're doing instead of actually playing.
It's bad.
So.
Plus, I mean, for me, I love getting 144 hertz, and I have a 144 hertz monitor. It kind of sucks I can't use it though, because OBS doesn't like it, so I have to lock it to 60 so it's smooth.
Motherfucker.
That sucks.
You get that second stream rig, man.
All right, donation services.
Let's do this, people. Let's do this. Go sell that fucking kidney so Justin can. No, I'm just kidding. Don't actually do that. If you want to, though, but don't. I'm not telling you to do that.
You make a tweet about it too, and say, "I'm not saying it's you know, I'm not.
It's not my call, but if you do sell your kidney, so Justin can. I'm not saying you should, but. Yeah.
I might try 120 hertz. I think I tried 120 hertz on PUBG and it had an issue too, but that was PUBG. So I think I might try 120 hertz and see how that works. I mean, it should, by all means. It's an iteration, so.
Yeah. But other than that, like, I mean, that's good that they're fixing that thing, though. That's one of my issues with lots of games. I can't stand that. I can't stand lag either. I don't like it. I know it's just one of those things about multiplayer games, but it is always the thing that makes me stop playing multiplayer games. Well, there's the lag shit, the skippy shit, and people. People, like, those three things ruin fucking
skippy
multiplayer
shit
games.
Apparently has been fixed. So. I have a BenQ fucking NVIDIA 3D Vision. It's a model, XL2411, 1920 by 1080, 144 hertz. So.
Slightly used. 25% off, slightly used.
Slightly used.
Goddamn. Yeah.
So.
Try G-Sync with Sandstorm if you have it. Was reading.
I think I have it. Don't think I have it.
Okay. But he's also using OBS at the same time, though.
Yes. It's not that I have issues on my screen, okay? That's not the issue. The game's great. It's putting it out to you all that's the issue, because there's some freaky shit going on.
Yeah.
It doesn't like it.
I'm assuming it's trying to take 144 and bust it down to 60 or 50 or 60 or 30. I mean, whatever you're running your stream at.
Voice.
Okay.
But we'll see.
Yeah.
New Epic Encoder is sexy, though.
Yeah, it is. I was helping Dirk with it the other day. I don't know if it fixed his issue, though. Trying to figure out why he gets all that blurry shit. I think it's because he had some conflictions with settings that are, like, fucking each other. But.
Well, you know, settings sometimes fuck.
Yeah.
I don't know.
All right. Do you have anything else about Insurgency Sandstorm?
No, we can brush that.
Okay.
I want to get into the meat. I want to get into the meat of stuff.
Check mark. Hey. So you played a little more pub motherfucking G.
All right. So I will say this, and everyone here in chat who knows how much shit I have talked on PUBG, here it comes. All right, you already fucking sense it. Here comes the impending fucking what the fuck. Oh, holy fucking shit. Justin played PUBG. What the fuck? Yeah, here we go. Tried it. Obvious improvements. Runs a lot smoother. Still piss poor timeline. Still drags. Still too slow for me. But obviously they have made some positive changes, and I cannot sit there and deny the positive changes they have made as far as optimization. that is a big thing. They have certainly optimized it, and then they have a lot more just stuff to do with there and different variety that I'm like, okay, all right. This should have been what it should have been at 1.0. If I would have had this at 1.0, I don't think it would have gotten the hate from me that it did. I will say that.
I don't plan on ever downloading it again, but because I would keep playing PUBG, and then I would get this feeling while I'm playing PUBG and getting angry at it that I'm wasting my time because I could spend it on something else.
You're still wasting your time. Like
Okay,
that first circle
right.
is still slow as balls. It's after first circle that things start to pick up. So
I wrote down your question. Gotcha.
PUBG. Yeah.
PUBG. But I mean,
If you can make it, if you can keep that first fucking circle interesting, you'll be all right.
Cool. Oh, you can do emotes now while you're standing there? Okay.
I'm gonna do emotes.
No, you can do emotes while you're standing there.
Oh, I thought you were like, I was like, are you accessing my Twitter right now? I'm about to send a whole fuck ton of emotes, but like, are you monitoring my tweets, bro?
No. But I mean, I don't really have anything about PUBG personally.
Yeah, fun.
Yeah. All right. So you also did a computer case transfer thing that you already talked about. That you put a 1070 in there or a 1080 Ti.
1080 Ti in there because the internal rig. So now I have an entirely different case and everything else. So that's what I did. It was also I put a 750 watt power supply in there as opposed to the 600 I had. Rather Clint did. So.
Oh wow! You just showed your fucking.
Yep. Thanks for clicking on that, Nate. Appreciate
it. Did you know that you did that?
No, I did not.
Do you want me to edit this bit out?
No, don't edit that out. That's fine. I don't care.
All right. Lark. Oh. Oh my god. What was that? I wasn't ready.
Oh well. Use that as the intro clip in the video? Nah. But anyway, yes. Did the 1080 Ti thing. Brought it over with a 750 watts power supply. And that's all I did with it, really. Just me fucking doing some bullshit.
Just to confirm.
the way fucking goddamn Nate did it. There you go.
But anyway, all right. So you did that. Cool. You've been playing Ruiner?
Yes, I played Ruiner.
You have anything to add since we talked about it last week?
Oh, I mean, other than the fact that it's a fucking fantastic fucking game? Nah.
Okay. All right. Cool.
Come on now. Come on now. Doesn't matter. It's gonna change anyway because I'm about to fucking strip every piece of hair off my body. So yeah.
Woo!
I do that
all of them?
Oh. Yeah. Well, no, I leave the leg hair and I leave the arm hair alone. But
your face too?
Face is staying, but chest needs trim. Everything needs a trim. Everything's gonna have a trim here soon. Since apparently we felt the need to share that on a TG stream, I just want to let everybody know everything is getting a trim about mid-April. So.
No, we have not tried Risk of Rain. No. I'm gonna write it down though. That we'll talk about it later. We'll do that at the question part. All right. So Division.
Yeah, it's getting hot. Spring cleaning. There you go.
So, dude, okay, so World Tier 5 came out.
Justin grooming stream.
Justin groom stream.
Nate, you did this. You fucking did this.
Hey, ladies. That's right. I'm buzzing my chest hair right now. You like it?
You did this. You fucking did this. I blame you. So if the fucking further TG episodes from now on have this little fucking little hashtags and shit in it, it's your fault. I just want you to
I mean, let's all admit it's kind of awkward when you're buzzing to keep everything trimmed down there, and the vibration from the buzzer kind of does other things, and you're like, this is awkward. But it also kind of makes it easier to like get it. You know what I mean? But yeah, dude, it is scary buzzing your ball sack. It is definitely scary.
Oh yeah.
I did it without a guard once, and that was a bad idea. That was a fucking bad. Oh fuck! Oh shit! Fuck! Shit! Anyway, because I'm not gonna be a fucking bush down there, but I'm not gonna shave it to the skin because I'm still a man. Anyway,
I don't know. I'm going straight. Like I'll nair the shit before I fucking risk that shit.
Well, there you go. Anyway,
yeah. Anyway,
Division 2. So, World Tier 5 dropped Friday. This is, all these DLCs are going to be free. Like, the new raid's going to be free. That's coming out the 25th, I think. It's an 8-man raid. And when they unleashed World Tier 5, they unlocked, like, this heli next to the White House. So to initiate the raid, we don't know what the raid is yet. It's not out yet. But, like, to initiate the raid, you get your 8-man team together. You go get up on the fucking bird, and then you head out to go hit the objective, which is fucking cool. And so what World Tier 5 did is, like, you've been going through the World Tiers, right? And all that. And how, like, you finish a stronghold, you get to the next World Tier. So to get to World Tier 5, they unlock Tidal Base in the new stronghold. That's against specifically Black Tusk. And that was a really cool stronghold, by the way. I had a ton of fucking fun in that stronghold. That was awesome, man. I really enjoyed that stronghold. But because I like fighting Black Tusk, period. But so then you get into World Tier 5. And then World Tier 5, what they introduce is weekly invasions. So once a week, Black Tusk will retake things in the world. And now gear sets, green gear sets are in the game now. And the sets do specific things. And let's see what else. There's also these materials we're getting to craft other things that I don't know what exactly that it is for yet. But they also put out a giant patch that fixed or tweaked a ton of stuff, guys. And overall, the guns kind of feel like what they did is they made them all more stable. Like they're not as sporadic, but they all do less damage, which effectively kind of like evens out. And I'm wondering if that's because we went from 450 to 500, and they took the current, like the weapons where they were at already, and they're like, all right, now put everything at 500. And let's go fight the enemies that we have and see, like, with that gradual climb in the system they had anyway, from going from 450 to 500, that maybe it was just too much. So they had to tone it down a little bit versus just making enemies beefier, you know. And then if you saw in the patch notes that they made all the enemies beefier, people would be like, but it's already so spongy, you know. So I feel like it was just a smart idea that direction. But they also got an event going on right now. I don't know when the event ends. I think maybe when the raid comes out, it ends or something. It's not very long, but there's quests you can do. You can also spend IRL money, but it's a cosmetic event. It's an apparel event where you can get the stuff in game too, but there's separate loot crates. They're loot crates. You do not get dupes in them, but you get special outfits. Like there's a whole hyena outfit for each each group. There's a True Sons outfit. There's a what's the other one? Shit. True Sons, Outcast, and Hyena. Yeah, True Sons, Outcast, and Hyena. You can get the full outfits and then a bunch of emotes that go with them and weapon skins. And when you get all 30 of them, then you get a Black Tusk outfit, which actually looks really fucking cool. I'm wearing the Two Sons outfit right now. As we're playing here, let's see if we can fast forward to where I'm wearing the black. This is the Black Tusk. It actually looks sick, dude. The Black Tusk outfit looks fucking sick. He's got a ball cap on, and yeah, it looks sick. I really like it. Really, really like it. It's the only outfit on my chick character that I have that actually looks good on her. Like all the other ones, they all look like they just took a dude's body and made it into a chick, if that makes sense. Versus like designing it from the ground up to be an attractive woman. But that's how I feel about it.
I mean, I really don't have anything to contribute to that because I haven't played Division 2 since that new thing dropped. And it dropped when? Was it yesterday?
Yeah, Friday. World Tier 5. Yeah.
Yeah. I've been spending a lot of time working on other things. So Division 2.
I mean, the game will be there when you get into it.
Right.
Yeah.
So
And it'll just be better by then because they're just adding more things for free, by the way. Fucking awesome. Fucking awesome. I mean, I bought the Ultimate Edition, which comes with the Season Pass. I've also spent a total of $35 for microtransaction shit.
I'm going ahead and deleting the terms of service violation there.
Oh, okay. I'll edit it out. All right. I'll edit it out.
So I was taking care of that real quick. I don't know. I don't remember it showing that, but okay, I'll believe you. So we'll just go ahead and take care of that real quick.
I mean, it wasn't super low, but you definitely pulled your shorts down and then scratched stuff. Like, so it's whatever. Anyway.
Glitter bomb emote.
Oh yeah, they got the one of the emotes. You throw glitter in the air and go, ah. It's pretty stupid, but anyway. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, like I feel like they put shotguns in a better place
says
now.
Nothing showed. I've reviewed the footage.
Nothing showed.
I've reviewed the footage countless times. Nothing showed. You're good.
Wait a minute. Let's go to me. Did it get clipped? 24 hours. Yep. Who clipped it?
Of course it
Dave
got
did.
clipped.
Dave clipped it. Motherfucker.
Thanks, asshole.
Anyway. Yeah, it's a great, like I've said before, if another looter shooter comes out, other than Borderlands is different, but another looter shooter comes out like this, it better be on par with Division 2 or better. Or otherwise, I'm just going to be like, nope, fuck this game. It doesn't look better.
It needs to get some years behind it beforehand.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, they have made one before this, and they kept working on it and stuff like that, but like if Destiny 3 comes out, and they don't make some big fucking changes, I'm going to be really pissed. I have tons of Destiny stuff, and I love Destiny, but I'm worried about Destiny 3. Exactly, Nevik, yeah. Yeah, after what Division 2 did, Destiny 3 better be fucking amazing. Not just like, all right, it's pretty fun. It's not good enough anymore. It's not fucking good enough. It's not fucking good enough. I know we just had a conversation about it's just a fucking game, and he did not make it that big of a deal and let it ruin your day. But it's not fucking good enough. All right, I processed my emotion. I'm good. I'm moving on with my life. Good to go.
Good.
Yeah, good to go. All right. So, anyway, not a whole lot of news there as far as what I basically just covered that's going on with it. I'm going to be playing a ton more Division. I really like it. It's really fucking fun. I'm excited to see what else they're going to do with it in the future. I'm really excited for this raid. I just need more people to get on this game so I can do the raid because it's an 8-man thing. But we'll see. We do get quite a few people coming in though. It's just the problem is that they don't play as much as I do, and I just maxed out all my specializations last night.
Just?
Yeah. Yeah. Just come on. Like I've got them all maxed now, and I'm just like, ooh, 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 ooh. Now I can just focus on playing the game. I mean, I was playing the game before, but like now I don't have to grind that. It's fucking done. But they do have 3 new specializations coming out down the road. They haven't said when yet, but anyway.
I don't know, man. Have not been tracking it, honestly. Have not been tracking it.
It'll be there when you come back, though. It's fine. And there'll be more to do and better things to do.
Busy fucking week.
Yeah. I mean, you did just start a new job, so.
Yeah, well, that and fucking just other life events and stuff like that. So again, it was nice to kind of unplug for a while. So.
Bada boom. All right, well, that's all I have about Divisions. If you had any questions, you pretty much covered that. What have you? Let's see. I mean, last game we have to talk about is ArmA 3.
Yeah.
And then we've got the after bit that we talked about.
Yeah.
So Nate did a boo-boo.
What boo-boo did you do?
Shot Dante in the face.
It's not a boo-boo.
Was it this one? No, I didn't stream it. I wasn't streaming then. Okay.
Well, I'll let you again. What I always do is I'll let you interpret it from your perspective, and then I'll give my 2 cents because you know when I'm kind of Zeus overloading everything.
Well, okay, so what happened? I guess we're gonna just pretty much do another AAR whenever we talk about ArmA 3 to keep everybody up to date. What happened? But that was it. I don't know how to get rid of the fucking Skype watermark. I don't know how to do that. I don't know why it's green screening your face right now either.
That's all right.
Okay.
Let me hang back up here. We'll be all right.
All right. So, last mission, not the one we're showing right now, because I didn't stream it. And if I show Justin's perspective, it's going to show information that I don't want to see because he's Zeusing. But, so Neko is leading. Neko is our medical specialist side of our team. So he wanted to start setting up a field hospital, getting people trained for that stuff, start getting more medical supplies, up the general hygiene of the people, get better, cleaner water. And Eugene, the leader of the resistance, was very receptive to that plan. Obviously, you know, that's huge moral boost to his people, that they'll be healthier and actually be able to get helped and stuff like that. So we started looking into ways to help that, so on and so forth. We met with some individuals that are doctors and stuff that could help during those course of events, carrying out Neko's really good plan. He had all planned out pretty well. Because of the hit that we did on the mission before on Iguana, Ernesto sent a tank group and paratroopers we were in Cayo, which is one of the rebel-owned towns, and so we got attacked there. Neko died during that. Sucked. But murked a bunch of people. Also, some civilians got cut down in the crossfire and shit. At that point, Dante, all he had on him was a pistol because we were meeting his cousin. So he went to go run back to, he had run over a bunch of civilians, so everybody hated him. This is a gameism, like, so the friendly AI was shooting at him and stuff because he killed a bunch of civilians and stuff and ran over people, which isn't necessarily his fault. It's just a gameism thing. Because I killed a bunch of civilians too, because as soon as those tanks started rolling in, I saw a rebel tank that no one was in, and I went and hopped in it. And a tank rolls into the street, and the civilians, just because they just stand around in groups like that in the background that you can see. So they all just were standing around the tank instead of getting the fuck out of the way because we're having a shootout, and enemy tanks just rolled in. So I was just like, all right, fuck it. This is I need to take out this fucking tank or else it's gonna murder everybody. So I just started loading into the tank, and it killed a bunch of people. So they were attacking me too. But so apparently Dante had gone back to Arcadia, where he was still labeled as an enemy in Arcadia, shot a bunch of rebels, and went into his house. They tried to attack him in his house. He shot him again. He went and got the Ifrit to bring back to us. Accidentally placed an IED at one point when we were trying to help Clank out. Blew it in place. We cleared that. We went back to Arcadia after that whole debacle, and we took care of that threat. Turns out they had a jammer that was going on. So I couldn't call Eugene, and then we met up with Eugene in person. Then we started getting attacked in Arcadia, and we reacted to contact, cleared that through. Then we started taking indirect, and it had to be from the bad area to the north, which means that they are now using indirect capabilities and artillery on us. So we're like, now, all right, now we need to go fucking take out the bad area, because this is now at the point where the bad area has to be hit, because the bad area is hitting us with artillery, which is unacceptable. We can't have that. So we got ready to go do an op on that. We were just going to do a quick recon because it was already getting pretty late in the night for people to play. And we moved off. We pushed off at 2 a.m. to walk up the hill, up into the bad area just to get eyes on. At one point, Dante is our local greenie that runs with us. He's one of the rebel fighters that runs with us. He's acted by Johnny Cashflow. He's a good dude. I didn't have anything against him. But on the mission and all these other things leading up, he ND'd on the mission. Didn't really, just kind of the general attitude, didn't really give a shit that he did it. And that it just fucked the op because we're sneaking up on a company-sized fob, that has been shooting artillery at us. And he just ND'd and then accidentally placed an IED and then ended up stepping on a mine. That's not necessarily his fault. Neither is the ND and stuff like that. But it's just one of those things where like in an RP setting, if all this is going on and the general attitude of the character is whatever, he's now a liability to my team and stuff like that. So we got back, we scrapped the op, because it just went to shit because of that. And then we came back to Arcadia and we were chilling, waiting for everybody to get back. And then Clank was talking to him and he made some joke, and then Dante fired next to him, which was between me and him. So I put fucking 2 rounds of 45 in his face because it's not necessarily something where you can be judge and jury of someone's life, but in that situation, I feel like my character, RPing my character as an SF dude, and I'm having this problem with this soldier who has on multiple occasions been bitched at by his leadership, shot at by his leadership. The locals have shot at him multiple times because of he keeps running people over and like the shit that he does and stuff, and then this happens where he gets, like my guys could have gotten fucking killed because of him. I'm like, all right, he's a fucking problem. Done with it. It's just fucking done. So I put two rounds of 45 in his face. He's dead. Killed his character. That's how that all basically went down through that entire op. Then we did have a long conversation after the fact, and it's nothing personal. It really isn't. It was just a matter of, RPing things and then carrying out the RP or the role play. So, yeah. And that's what happened with ArmA 3 last session. Next one's tomorrow we're doing 1900 Central Time is the next one. Yeah.
So it's just caveat sometimes, and it happens even with tabletop groups and everything else like that. Some people get a little too attached, especially when there's alcohol involved. So
yeah.
But yes, Dante is gone. There's no moving around that. It is what it is, and that's just going to move on from there. And same thing happens. Now, what consequences you're going to bear because of that, Naderade? We'll see.
Yeah. We'll see. I mean, he had a little Freudian slip when he was talking to me. He jokingly said, "I hate you, and I'm going to make another character to kill you." And he was joking, but he's actually gonna. I'm pretty sure he's actually gonna do that. He's gonna make a character to kill me. But anyway.
Well, I'll put a stop if it starts getting devolved into that thing. I'm not going to sit here and shitpost anything, but it's...
That's cool. I get it. Like, I understand, like, how could you not take it personal when I did that or whatever, Like, I get it. I just ended your character that you made. I get it. In-game, not as a joke. Like, he's fucking
I don't think it's a conversation we even need to delve into. I think it's been hashed out repeatedly. I mean, you were there for it. Yeah. I don't really want to attack a dead horse or bring up bullshit per se, which is why I took my shit offline that day. So
yeah, I mean, we all talked about it. I have no personal problems with him. He said that he doesn't have any with me. We're just gonna move on and continue. It's just one of those things, like you said, and fucking Valley have said quite a few times, that when you RP, it's hard not to get attached to your character when they die. But anyway.
But at the same time, just remember it's still a fucking game.
Yeah.
So
comes back to the thing. This is just a fucking game. Right. Yes, we can barbecue the horse.
I would barbecue. I would eat barbecued horse.
I hear horse tastes good.
I have had horse.
I have not, but I would totally eat a horse. Yeah.
At least I think it was horse. I don't know. Apparently, it's what we were fucking briefed when we were on a fucking Dutch ship and shit. So it could have been anything. Could not have been horse. I don't know. Yeah.
You stayed human. Whatever. Fuck it. I don't know. As long as I don't get Koru, I didn't need his brain, so we're good. Yeah. Bit tougher, stringy. See, I feel like that's just how you prepare it with anything. How you prepare it. Like, I mean, that goes for all sorts of foods. Like when somebody's like, I don't like that food. Have you only had it once? You probably just had, but whatever, you do you, it doesn't fucking matter. But most of the time when you don't like something, it's because it was prepared shittily.
Except peas. I mean, if you make peas taste good to me, you have solved the mystery of life in my eyes.
You don't like peas?
I hate peas.
Okay.
I will never eat peas.
Yeah. Ever. What's that one thing that tastes like dirt? It's a vegetable or something. It tastes like dirt.
I would rather eat that.
I'd rather eat that. I was having a conversation about somebody. It's like, it legitimately tastes like dirt and I like it. I forgot what it was.
Peas made me gag as a kid. I still try to, like, if they're mixed in with something else, like a pot pie or something, okay, but I can't do peas, dude.
Do you like soybeans? They've got a different flavor.
I'm not a fan of any bean. I'll eat them, but I'm not a fan of
edamame?
Yeah.
No, okay. I mean, I could get it, you know. Kind of like lima beans, or
Definitely
like they got
not
a weird.
beets. Beets are definitely a no.
Yeah, it's not.
Nope.
It's not beets that taste like dirt. I'm just trying to remember. Well, I usually wash my vegetables, so I don't know. No, there's some. I'm trying to remember what it is. There's something that tastes like dirt. It tastes like straight dirt, and I like it. I don't remember what it was. Whatever. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Like asparagus has a metallic, not asparagus. Artichoke has a very metallic taste to it, and I like it. It's got like a metallic undertone sharpness to it. Like if you've ever like tasted your blood, the metallic, like the iron in your blood, kind of yeah, coppery. Yeah, yeah, it's got that in it. Yep. But anyway, that's what happened with ArmA. I'm excited for more stuff here because we're kind of shifting it into like we're actually kind of taking on specialisms, whatever. You know, like Neko's the medical guy, so when he's lead, it's medical. Like he's got an like it's way easier from that perspective to have an overarching story. Like whenever it's Neko's turn, we further his medical stuff. It's not like somebody has to come in and like pick up where the last person left off for its entirety. But then when we have a tactical thing come in, you know, like that'll either be like Dave or me or somebody will like head that. As far as like, we'll just work to what our strengths are.
It's a side plot, but at the end of the day, I don't want it to. It's something that can be caveated with one or two people. If it's a group fucking project for something like that, then as long as that's understood, you know.
Yeah.
Too many people get too narrow-minded, focused on certain specific things without coordinating teamwork with involving the whole team. So it's just as long as it's understood.
Yeah, I mean, I like that Neko was like, all right, so this is my strength, but when we come to this, I'm gonna need your help. Like, all right, yeah, cool, totally.
But that kind of defeated the full fucking purpose at the same time. Yeah. So you're not gonna develop those skill sets if you keep pawning off those skill sets. Yeah. You're not if you keep delegating that. Well, then you're not leading. You're pushing things off your plate, and that's not the point. So.
Okay.
You're not going to develop those. You're not going to get better at it if you don't do it. So that's the point. Might as well do it here.
Okay.
It's no big deal. No big deal if you fail here.
I mean, yeah, it's just a fucking game, man. It's just an RP session. You're like, yeah, it's a little more complicated because there's a lot of ramifications for certain choices and stuff. But I mean, it's just a bunch of dudes playing a game. It's no big deal.
Boom.
Yeah. Bada boom. And then before that was the Fateless thing, which he has rectified, apparently, but I don't want to go too much into that one.
Oh, no. We went into the fucking whole Johnny thing. Let's go into the fucking Fateless thing, too. Let's do it.
So,
let's do it.
Last session was Wednesday. That was Neko. Before that was Fateless, which is what you guys are watching. Quite frequently, Fateless did not want to do this at all, so he kept telling people to shoot him in the face instead of just do his job, and it's really not that hard. We kept trying to help him.
He didn't get ripped into by me, but then the NCO came out and was like, "You're fucking done. This is what the fuck you're doing." And I'm just like, yeah. I mean, that was, yeah, it came out.
And that happened around. We were talking. We were getting the plan. Then we came back, and this is about here. This happened. We were going over the plan. And then it was just like, all right, you're fucking done. And then, I mean, I don't know if he gave you a reason or what, if you want to talk about it publicly, but he just like left his computer. I don't know.
I mean, if we're gonna be, why not be transparent? Apparently, my whole fucking goddamn chest hair and fucking, I guess the upper part of my extremities were reviewed on stream. So I mean, you guys didn't see any of the good stuff, but whatever. I mean, at this point, it's just no hold barred here. So overwhelming.
Overwhelming.
And I guess as a caveat to that, if you're gonna walk away or you need to bounce from the actual session, let somebody know. We were waiting for 20 minutes, and that's what pissed me off. I don't mind if people fail. I'm okay with failure. I'm okay.
Learn
with
from failure.
Stumbling.
Yeah.
What I'm not okay with is you're just like, fuck it, I'm done, and you just walk the fuck away, and people are waiting on you for 20 minutes trying to figure out what the fuck's going on. That pisses me off.
Yeah.
Because now you're slowing down the entirety of what's going on here. So don't do it.
Yeah. Yeah, how's the saying go? You learn from failures. You don't learn anything from winning.
No. I mean, you like winning. I like winning.
Yeah,
but
yeah. Winning's good. That means you did a good job. But like then when you fail, you learn from. It doesn't mean like always try to fail so you can learn something. But, but yeah, like. I mean, you can learn from a victory because you also learn like what worked and what like this actually worked. But so it's not a completely true saying. But yeah, failures are something you should look at to learn from. And I would rather you do that than just like, fuck it, I'm not going to learn shit. Fuck you, whatever. Which actually kind of ties into some other stuff that we were going to talk about.
You know what? Please file an EO complaint. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
No one better file fucking EO complaints? Why? Because of equal opportunity what?
No. Well, it might be that, or I don't know what it is, but Marine Corps doesn't really have shit like that. It's either I'm hazing the fuck out of you or I'm not. And yeah. Who's the EO rep, Dave? Yep, there. Dave's your EO rep. Go ahead and consult with him if you have any fucking hurt feelings or feelings of regression or guilt, or you feel like I've just verbally murdered you. Go ahead and talk to Dave. He'll set you straight.
I mean, he's probably done those briefs so many fucking times. The EO and Sharp and all that shit. They have to do once a month. Anyway. God, for those of you that are unaware, whenever something bad happens in the Army or the military, period, whenever something bad happens, it is immediately whoever their leadership's fault. It is their fault. So, whenever something bad happens, it gets added to the list of things you have to be briefed on every single time you're left to your own devices. So, every time you go on a weekend leave, extended leave, anything, any kind of leave, whatever, nightly brief, whatever the fuck, when you're not going to be under that leadership's scruples, you have to go over all the things that have happened ever since the creation of time. So, I mean, that's a little excessive, but no shit. Like when I first got to my unit, it was cover this, and this whenever we have a brief. And then by the time I got out, it was like, all right, don't shoot up a club. Don't fucking rape women. Don't beat your dog. Don't beat your wife. Like those are the usuals, but don't shoot up a club. That happened.
Dick in anything that's not a bipedal.
Yeah. Yeah. Don't shoot up a club. That happened while I was, at my unit and stuff like that. Don't fucking drink and drive either and stuff like that. Like if you weren't told, then there's no reason that you should it had to be covered. The safety brief shit had to cover everything, even if like you're to cover the idiot. They're like, well, I wasn't told not to do that.
Don't juggle chainsaws.
Yeah. All that stupid shit.
Don't snort coke off a hooker's ass.
Yeah. Don't do that.
Oh, don't snort coke. Period.
Yeah. My bad. Woo! Oh, we don't have a piss test tomorrow now, do we? Fuck. Need to go get some of that. What is that? Niacin?
I don't know.
Sweat it out.
I don't know,
it's
man.
that shit that makes you sweat it out. I mean, I never
had to
used
worry
it,
about
but
that, dude. I never did anything. Well, yeah, I never did anything while I was in.
Well, yeah. I'm sticking to that, but whatever, whatever. But yeah, wrap your shit. My favorite brief was the first time I ever got briefed on wearing a condom. It was, don't go into space without your spacesuit. Like, that makes fucking total sense. Why would I go into space without my spacesuit?
I was told some shit about Tabasco sauce. Double wrap your shit. So you wrap one around your dick, and you wrap another one with Tabasco sauce around it. That way, if you have a breakage and she starts screaming, it means you had a fucking one condom rip and you need to abort mission. Some dumb shit like that. Some first sergeant fucking gave something about how you need to wrap another one in Tabasco sauce. That way, if you have a breakage, that fucking you'll know, or some dumb shit. I was like, the fuck, man.
Like, what are you doing? Don't worry about it, babe. It's hot for her pleasure.
Spicy.
Anyway, spicy. Literally spicy.
Flavoring.
Yeah. Put some salt and pepper on it, too. Why not? Why not battery acid? Yeah, why not battery acid? Why not?
Why not?
But anyway. Yeah, so that kind of leads into just people in general, which is the topic that I wanted to talk about here on TG.
We've been talking about people a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, quite a bit. So we're just going to go to the talk screen where we're just going to chat and stuff. My green screen isn't perfect. What is wrong? But anyway.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, if you have small children in the room, you might want to, if you haven't already got them out of the fucking room already, you damn sure should have done it a long time ago anyway. But if you have small children in the room, you might want to like tell them to get the fuck out. Yeah,
I do need to piss really quick before we talk about this.
Yeah, we need to take a break or whatever.
Yeah,
Let's
we're gonna take a quick break, guys. We'll be back in like 5 minutes.
Shouldn't be watching us anyway, especially if I'm on the screen. You definitely should not have small children.
Especially after some stuff earlier. I mean, that should have been your precursor. They're like, this is not a family-oriented show. There is mild nudity, swearing, violence.
Please, that was
more
nothing.
Violence, sexual violence. As in, we enjoy getting violent during sex. I'm gonna stream on the beach.
I'm gonna be shirtless. Whatever. I don't care.
Yeah. Bada boom. So we're gonna get some tunes for you guys while we go here. All right, and we will be back shortly, guys. Welcome back, guys.
What's going on?
So,
it's kind of hot in that hoodie. Damn it, I forgot about my corner shoulder. Or this one.
It's grinning out a little bit.
Whatever.
I mean, you said you like to be transparent, so.
Yeah, I do like to be transparent. Why not? I don't care.
This is the transparent section.
Doesn't get much more transparent than that. Well, actually, it does. Whatever. I don't care. Like I said, as long as it's not a terms of service violation, fuck it.
Yeah. I'll edit it out. No big deal.
Wow. I'll strut around my fucking underwear. Actually, I have strutted around in my underwear on stream. Yeah, I have. Yeah. Anyway. Whatever.
I mean, if Amaranth can do it.
Oh my God. Yeah. I guess this is the shit talking portion because, you know, that fucking stupid fucking. Yeah. I mean, she's not that stupid if she's doing it, huh?
Yeah. You know. Like I've said before many times, whenever that kind of stuff comes up, I get the agitation, but sex sells, man. Sex sells. Whatever.
All right, look, nerd. If you're not gonna fucking contribute anything and you're just gonna ask dumb fucking questions, you can just get the fuck out of here permanently. Get the fuck out of here.
I mean, I know it says ask me anything, but the world doesn't revolve around you. Preferably, you know, pertinent to the conversation. That's fine. Whatever.
Just go fuck yourself. Moving on.
Yeah. What's the color blue?
What's the color blue? It's a color.
Yeah. It's whatever. It's whatever, man. It's not bothering me. But anyway, it's taken care of. Bada boom. So, topic I wanted to talk about is something that's been on my mind a long time about streaming. This is like where we talk about streaming part and real talk and stuff like that. For a long time, man, for a long fucking time that I've been streaming, like one of my like biggest problems has been trying to surround myself. This is just life, period, with people that are equally as driven as myself. Stuff or more, or you know, like man, when I was in the fucking army, like there were shitbags and stuff like that, but like there were a lot of people that were there to be the like all you can be the best, you know, like be all you can be, all that shit. Like
that was Army of One.
Yeah, you know, like
you guys changed.
I don't know what the all you can be. Join the
army. Be all that you can be. That was,
or is it the Navy? Is it the Navy one? I don't know.
Be all that you can be.
You can be. Join the Navy or whatever.
No, that's definitely Army. It was just during the era of like my junior high school era, and then they changed it to Army of One, or whatever the fuck y'all do.
I don't know, man. Propaganda shit, whatever. But yeah. So like, you know, I'm surrounded by people that are constantly trying to be the best that they can be in every single, like in so many different ways. Top. Physical, you know, like their brain, everything, like trying to always, like whenever there's a fucking problem, you smash that fucking problem. Anything gets in the way of you achieving your fucking goals, fuck that problem, grip it by the fucking throat and fuck its asshole until it bleeds. You know, like that kind of fucking like attitude, like that raw like I'm a motherfucker, I'm gonna fuck you up, fucking A, you know, like goddamn right, fucking yeah, that kind of like that attitude towards everything, and I miss it, and I miss, you know, like
whatever coffee you have, man, I want.
It's lots of these.
I'm sorry, man. I'm dragging today.
It's lots of these. Not sponsored by Coke.
Yeah. I'm I'm actually making a pot right now, so I'm
But
getting
yeah.
involved in shit.
But like having people like that, man, like having people like that in, you know, just your life in streaming. Like I keep finding myself, the people that I'm drawn to in that manner are like really successful streamers, you know, and like there's here and there like at my size and stuff like that. But and I'm finding more and more people, you know, that are like smaller than me, that haven't been streaming as long, but they've got all those qualities. Like 76 Trombones, man, like he works his butt off to make his stream like his thing. Like he's got a whiteboard next to him and he writes down ideas, and then he actually carries out those fucking ideas to make his stream more his thing. Like with his sound effects, his fucking his break screen is a movie theater, and he plays like really old movie theater commercials, like the old
That's
ones.
sick.
Like, hey, yeah, it's cool. Like, you know, like doing that kind of stuff. Like I've got an idea. I'm gonna go figure. Like I'm gonna go fucking teach myself how to do that. Whatever it fucking takes, you know, I'm gonna go do that. You know, I'm gonna go figure that thing out. And you know, and then like Big Head's got his you know, his stuff that he does with like the flaming things and the transitions and working all that stuff, and he has ideas, and like the cool little thing that he did when he was playing the tank stuff, or he was playing War Thunder, so he'd make the background about tanks, you know. And what was the reason he had the hunting things or whatever? I don't remember. What game were we playing that he had all the the hunting lodge background? I'm trying to remember what it was.
Couldn't tell you.
Yeah, I don't remember. But like he, you know, it's cool things like that. Like people that think outside the box, they're ambitious. Like, what can I do here to like set myself apart, put myself into this? I have a cool fucking idea. Creatively minded people that want to actually like be more, get better, stuff like that. Like driven. It's never been a conversation of like I want to quit or anything like that. It's about how to, like, I'm having a problem getting there. That's, you know, like that's a conversation you have. Not I'm stuck here and it fucking sucks. It's more about like, all right, so here's how I'm trying to get there and I'm having a problem getting there. That's the problem that like those are the problems those kinds of people have, you know. And I want more people like that in my life. Like you and I have like connected on a lot of levels because like you have your creative drive and your motivation and shit and stuff, and we can have like on level conversations about things. And then there's certain things that like you're more competent with that I look up to as far as traits, and I want to, you know, build, like, work on myself because I've found myself in like lesser, like not as developed as I want to be kind of things and other things. And then like same thing, you know, like that's the kind of environment that I want. And like I said, that I find myself being drawn to like these big streamers a lot because I'm like, dude, this guy does like this, and this. This is stuff that I love to fucking do. He's driven. He loves it. You know, I love it. I like, this is how much I put myself into my work. And like all, like they have the same kind of wavelength as far as like what this all means. Like when you're streaming, you're fucking streaming. That's what you're doing. Fucking, this is the shit. Like you don't even have to explain to them the whole premise of like no, you take this seriously, this is top production, you know, like all those kinds of things. Like you have to think about being professional and so on and so forth, and what you are and fulfilling that, and how like little things are not professional and stuff like that, and so on. But that's just been something that's been on my mind for a long time with streaming. Life in general. Partner I had didn't have that. That was a big issue. I'm fucking driven, and not getting that out of your partner. So that's something from here on out that I will always look for. If it's going to get anything past like casual with a woman, I want that with friends, like actual friends. They need to be driven and shit and like all those things. So that's just something that, you know, like that's an issue that I've been finding as I run into a lot of people that want to be on that friend level with me, but that's like here are my expectations for myself. Here are my standards. I'm not a perfect fucking person. I have things that I work on, but I'm fucking working on them. And here is what I want out of life. And I am going to push towards those things. And I would like it if I surrounded myself with people that did the same, basically.
No, the thing with that is you're gonna get a lot of people that are gonna you have to kind of get your. And I mean, I feel like you and I are just now having a common conversation right now versus having people in the room. But I've had this conversation with you is getting your sniffing out bullshit.
Yeah.
being able to understand, because I mean, I guess if we're gonna get there, your early days, you were very, I don't want to say naive to it, but you let a lot of things go that you should not have let go.
Yeah.
At all.
No. There's a ton of in a lot of different ways. Yeah.
You were used quite a bit.
Yeah.
You were used, bottom line. So, and then recognizing that and having our hours and hours of phone conversations over the years, and Discord messaging and those things like that, because it's kind of funny how it's kind of happened. I've kind of calmed down a little bit over the years, and you've kind of spiked up a little bit over the years, which is good.
I got this, man. Ah! Like, whoa, bro. Okay,
I'm
not
not saying calm down to the point of that. I'm just saying I've gotten to the point where I'm more receptive, and that's a good thing. And you've kind of developed that teeth that's needed, because people will take advantage of it, and people used to take advantage of you a lot.
Yeah, I mean, I'll even fucking admit that my ex-wife, that was a big thing, because I just let shit slide.
I mean, fuck, goddamn, Nate, are we really gonna be super like, are we doing everything today? Yeah. Like, normally you were just like, let's not do this. I mean, if we're gonna fucking do it, let's do it.
No, I'm just saying, like as a total, that's what it is.
Like, we don't give a flying fuck today. All right, we don't give a flying fuck today. Let's get into everything. So,
I mean, obviously I'll stop when something's uncomfortable, but.
Okay, well then I'm gonna fucking go ahead and drop my fucking shit there. Yeah, so you and I had a conversation about that too, and generally how when people get entitled all the fucking time because they have everything fucking thrown to them, right?
Yeah.
That they tend to utilize people to further their own agendas, which is exactly what the fuck happened there. And you and I talked about that, and then you saw it, right?
Yeah.
So, in that situation, it's a perfect fucking example. You were being utilized to someone else's end, right?
Yeah.
So, and you got yourself the fuck out of it. So, there you fucking go.
Yeah. Becoming a better me.
Boom.
Better me. You know what's funny? I've had this conversation several times since that whole thing. Is it's interesting how when you're with somebody and eventually things get to the point, and I've seen this with other people's relationships, that you're just not in a good place and you're just not good for each other. That it's not necessarily that you're not capable of those things that are good for each other. You're just not not good for each other anymore, period. Just where you are. And like you just can't do those things. And then like you split, and then what the fuck? You do all those things, like, oh my God, I think it was just you. I was just bogged down because of you. Fuck.
Been there, done that. There's been it's all the little fucking things. If we're gonna shift gears towards that, all the little things matter. God, what is this, relationship therapy? All right, here we go.
Well, see, like relationship stuff also not just women, but it also translates to people in general.
Right.
It's just we have a much higher need for satisfaction within those interactions because it is somebody that we want to fuck. Like who it is ever you want to fuck. So that's why it's a bigger deal, because you have more motivation for that interaction to play out correctly. But anyway. With it, like, if it's just another dude and he's just a friend, or not even a friend, like, and he does those same things or whatever it is, you don't care as much because you don't want to fucking get in his pants. But if you did, it would be different, if that's whatever your thing was.
I mean, if we're talking about just fucking, that's one thing. I mean, if we're talking about somebody with substance, it's all the little things that kind of lead to that. Now, sex ties into that, yeah, but it's usually all the little things that build up to that. Otherwise, it just might as well be a fuck buddy, right?
Yeah.
So I think it's where people stop doing the little things that matter, because the little things always fucking matter.
Yeah.
Maybe you used to pinch your wife's ass or something. I don't know. Maybe you used to fucking maybe you used to like greet her every single fucking time she came in the fucking house or something, and you just stopped fucking doing it, and she's gonna fucking notice. I mean,
yeah. To be fair, every fucking day, like 30 times a day, I told her I loved her. But anyway. I spanked her ass all the time. But anyway. That was not the issue. I am one of those people that, like, when I'm with you in that way, like, you are my world. Like, and I want you to know that you're fucking hot, amazing, awesome, all that shit. Blah, blah, blah. But because I enjoy saying it to you because it's truth. You know what I mean? Like,
it's got to be reciprocated too.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah.
People stop doing the little things which cascade into bigger things because then they don't feel appreciated because they aren't technically being appreciated because they think, oh, I've been doing it for fucking 5-6 years now. What does it matter? I mean, they're with me, and then the instant you feel like oh well, I've got them, they're stuck with me, and that's the instant you stop appreciating them, and that's the instant where things start to take a downward fucking spiral.
Yeah. Because
you stop appreciating their worth. Oh, they're with me, and that's when you lose it. That's when you lose it. So.
Some fucking people, man, I don't realize what they have, and it's fucking frustrating when I see it with some people. Or flip side, they're with somebody that doesn't deserve them, and it's like, oh my god, man.
Oh yeah, that happens.
Motherfucker, god damn. You know,
that happens.
Yeah. But coming back to the that kind of went down a tangent of just like people in general, or like more relationship side. But yeah, like the I mean, it goes into everything, man. But like after all that shit, I mean, fuck, man. You know, I got blown up in 2013. May 9th is my anniversary date of getting blown up. It's coming up. I start thinking about things like this when we get closer and shit, and especially on that day, I like reevaluate like what I've done since that day, what I've done with my fucking life, and because it should have been taken from me. I should be fucking dead, and or missing something, and I'm not, and it's like since then. Like I've gone to fucking therapy a ton since that individual event, dealing with it. Then I went to therapy to deal with the pain from it. Then I went to therapy for after my marriage and all that stuff, and like trying to be a better person, and then also analyzing problems in my life. And like
I remember those therapy sessions you were telling me about. I was like, bro, I ain't even fucking going to that shit. Like, I'm telling. Yeah. Not to toot my own horn, but I was telling you basically everything they were fucking telling you, right?
Yeah. I mean, to be fair though, like I told you, like after a while, and especially around when I was done, like seeing him, like it was, it was one of those like, wow, yeah, I think we're done. And it was like, yeah, I think we're done. I think we've talked about everything. And he thanked me for being like so like he said I was like the easiest person to work with. Like he looked forward to our appointments and stuff. Cause like I came in there with like the most motivation to fix my shit. Like, dude, I thought about it like all the fucking time about how I can fix this with the tools you've given me, the tools I have, research tools that, I would tell my Marine buddy is fucking given to me when we've talked about stuff. And, yeah. And that, like, it's that, man. Like there's a fucking problem. I'm going to go fucking smash that problem so I can move on with my fucking life. Like it's that shit. And I want more people in my life that just innately want to do that instead of be stuck in this. Like, I can't fucking stand after being through all that stuff. Like I said, like the reassessing what I've done since that point. I understand that I have that as a motivational force in my life since that event to get through shit. Cause I don't want to let anything stop me now. And I need to enjoy life. But I understand that not everybody's had stuff like that. But I have this innate thing inside of me because of all the things that I have to push through, like the fucking chronic pain. I don't take fucking pain meds. I've still been working out, and stuff like, and I push through that shit. Like, what do I need to do to get through this anyway? What kind of motivation do I need? All those things to get through all this stuff that's happened. And I run into people that like, they don't have that, and it's not necessarily their fault. I just I have this part of me that's like, dude, I can't get on your level. I can't, I can empathize, but I can't sympathize, and that's a big difference thing that I've learned over the last year is the difference between empathy and sympathy. And yeah, that sucks, but
go to that guy for your empathy. Don't come here.
Anyway, I mean, it comes it's, what I mean. But anyway, like that kind of stuff. And I doesn't mean, I'm not saying that I will not give you any attention, people out there, because we are streaming this and stuff, and this is gonna be on YouTube. I'm just saying, that was one thing I learned, that it's more of a enjoying interactions with people for what they are, and that's totally fine. Because a big issue I had was like I had a huge issue interacting with people and being able to enjoy, even getting to that part of enjoying like other people. And that, like, I broke down into like what are my barriers to do so. Well, I have so much different than other people, like that kind of stuff. And I mean, I've talked to people about this before, and I've talked to you about it. And like my therapist broke it down. He was just like, dude, one, you're in the military. Two, you're in combat arms. Each one of those is the 1% of the 1%. You know, like military, 1% of the population. Combat arms, 1% of that. Got blown the fuck up and lived through it and pushing through that shit. That's even fucking small. You know, like it's even smaller and then smaller. And everybody has different things like that that separate them from other people. You know, like if they were a fucking orphan, if they were, you know, whatever the hell, you know, is going on, whatever the shit, stuff, things, whatever in their life that has separated them so that they cannot, like, on the deepest level connect with somebody. And, you know, he was just like, you just need to fucking accept that. You just, like, you will not be able to. Just enjoy the interaction for what it will be with that person, you know. It doesn't mean that they'll be on your most inner circle or anything, because they don't meet a lot of those criteria of things that feed into their personality and who they are, because they've experienced, you know, those things are similar to that has separated them and made them think in similar ways and stuff like that. But yeah. I mean, I don't know where you are with that kind of thing as far as like thinking about that, like in your life, but that's something that like has been blaringly obvious for several years for me, is that like I'm just trying so hard to find people like that. And then I keep running into this problem where like having a hard time finding people like that, like under conditions where it can become conducive for both people to try to, like, you know, like motivate each other kind of thing. Like, yeah, I'm fucking pumped. You're fucking pumped. I'm fucking pumped. You're fucking pumped. I'm pumped too. Yeah, let's fucking do this. That kind of thing,
See,
you know?
and this is where, you know, I'm gonna, if you're asking me, because you are very analytical, and you have to analyze every single facet of everything, you know, 3-hour character creation, 5-hour on a plan, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Well, no, I don't have that issue, because I don't worry about that issue. I focus on my own drive. I focus internal. So my thing is, I don't really worry too much about surrounding myself with people to feed on, I mean, and to get that joint. I focus internally and make sure I'm living up to my standards, and then through that I can influence others and then build them through that, and then meet the connections for the right people and everything else. So my shift is more, I make sure I keep myself to my standard, and then through that, because I'm solidified in what I'm doing, is going to be an influencing factor for others to raise the bar. Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, I agree. This is more of a, it's not like the bigger problem. That's the only problem. It's like, it's just part of something that's kind of like I've thought about. Like, does that make sense? Like I understand that, but then there's like the like thinking of it in terms of like when I'm gonna go host somebody or something on stream, and like when I'm about to get off and I'm looking at everybody and I'm like, I want somebody that's like,
you're tired of bolstering resources towards people that don't necessarily deserve it.
Yeah, and like, you know, like I want to sit there and look at my following list, and I love it when I see somebody on there, and I'm like, dude, this fucking guy. You guys need to come with me to go, like, we need to fucking host this guy. Like, that's the kind of stuff that, like, you know, that's what I mean, is people like that, you know, like that's the subject. Like, when it boils down to it, is like, those are the people that I will shift towards because of those aspects of everything I just explained in that entire conversation is like that.
Yeah.
And that how it applies here is surrounding myself with people like that and helping those people, and, you know, and stuff like that.
Sometimes it's good to shotgun things. Like I've met some very interesting people just from like shotgun hosting, you know.
Yeah.
Just I looked at it, I was like, yeah, that's good. Fuck it, do it. Inu was one, and she took the fuck off. And she was, when I hosted her, she was like maybe 300 followers or something like that. Maybe had 5 viewers playing Outlast. And through that, now she's fucking damn, like 40 to 50 to 60 viewers consistently.
Yeah.
And just taking the fuck off, could apply for partnership. It's just, it's fun. It's always fun to see somebody who's motivated like that grow. I mean, sometimes you get lucky, sometimes you don't.
Yeah.
I've seen people that I've associated with. I think that's what you're indicating. I've seen people that I've associated with that have grown, like that I've associated with or worked with or done company stream teams with when I've been involved with sponsored by a company or whatnot. I've seen them grow into partnerships. Some of them, so it's cool to see that grow. So it's, I guess, on the premise of that, a lot of people think that from what we came across, like we just kind of had it like handed to us or something, and don't realize that my first like year, I think I've had 8 to 12 hour streams and didn't net a single viewer. I've been there. I've done that.
Yeah.
I've had that happen.
Yeah.
First game I ever fucking streamed, I think, was Watch Dogs on my Xbox, and it was Killer Instinct, and I streamed for like 8 hours and didn't get a single viewer. I've been there. You got to put in the time.
Yeah.
Then I got better. I started realizing I could outreach stuff. I started realizing I could make connections. I started realizing that if you're not spending your time online, no one's gonna fucking notice you. And if you're not spending your time, working on your craft, you're just not gonna get there. You're just not gonna get there. The hardest part is making that initial breakthrough and getting noticed. I mean, could I do it all if I hit the reset button? And could I do it all over again now, knowing what I know now? Yeah. But at the same time, it's still gonna be difficult because you have to start from the bottom, and it's like just growing a community anywhere, or creating a business, or creating something, right? It always starts from ground zero, and it goes, okay, there's me, here's my idea, all right. I don't know. Let's take a fucking pick something, a clan, a community, an idea. All right, what do I need to do to make this grow? Well, you got to market, or you got to outreach, or you got to connect with people. You got to establish networking. How do you do that? With streaming, just hitting the start broadcast button is not good enough. All right, that's part of it. But again, if I sit there and I stare at the camera, are you going to want to watch that? Maybe some of you fuckers would.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That eye contact. I love it. It's so intimate. Oh. But yeah. No, I get you. Yeah.
But, I mean, maybe not sick fuckers. I don't know. Maybe.
I mean. Fucking Crystal. God damn it.
You guys' compliments are awesome. I don't hate them. Trust me.
Yeah.
Thank you for making me feel good about myself. But, any fucking way. Well, it's been a hell of a stream today. Just interact, engage, do something. Learn how to talk to yourself, because you're gonna have to when you start. Get very comfortable talking to yourself.
Yeah.
Apparently, Nate likes to karate kick like every fucking thing in the universe right now.
No, it's my chair popping.
Or his Piper,
No.
But yeah. Everybody starts small. Everybody starts that. The worst thing you can fucking do, honestly, is take to social media and complain about your viewership, because then, people who might have actually wanted to facilitate helping you, i.e. me, are going to look at you with disgust now, because now you're bitching. And I'm just like, yeah, that motivates me to want to fucking follow you. Stream for 8 hours today and didn't get a single viewer. That's fucking stupid. And then fuck off. Then you're not made for this.
I mean, shit. First bit I started streaming, I just talked to myself for months. Maybe 1 or 2 people would come in every now and then. Yeah. Yep. And I mean, the quality of my stream was crap. My mic sounded like shit. I was sitting in a bungee chair with my laptop camera, just like, I had a little Pit Boy overlay that I made, and I thought I was cool and stuff, and It's fucking.
I remember that.
Goddamn, man. God. I mean, it's in my.
Keep going. I gotta get this coffee, dude. I'm dying. Be right back.
I got you. But yeah, overall, people, I think we should all do this. You tease. Oh, you tease. But I don't know. That's just the thing. I wish more people were that way. I wish more people were. I'm not perfect. I'm not saying that I'm a perfect individual at all. I'm not. I'm just. I want to be better. So I want to surround myself with people that want to be better, that I can learn from, you know. And I like helping people too, but yeah, you know, like the people that will be in my tight circle are the people that are like, you know, equals. That's why you have like close friends, right? Because they're there with you. They make you want to be a better person. And not just in a relationships, you know, point, with like outside of that as well. Will we use the barbecue sauce as lube, Mr. SOCOM dude?
SOCOM's a sick and so you also got to be careful too. Like sometimes you get some of these crazy motherfuckers like SOCOM dude, who I think would happily take a soldering iron to his own dick if he thought it would give him 2 more fucking inches of glue with, I don't know, plastic saran wrap or something. Like, you gotta be careful with some of these guys.
Goddamn.
Right? But you know what? I wouldn't trade him for anything. He's a fucking awesome dude. But sometimes you gotta be careful, man. You start getting, that's one of the biggest. I think here's the thing. Here's a big thing. I don't think that. I guess I'm clapping like a white girl now. But biggest thing that I think a lot of people don't get hope for is not even the initial start. I think the problem with a lot of people is when they start to get a taste of success, and that's when they start making all their mistakes, right? That first initial burst of success, and you start doing that and everything else, and you start to feel good and everything else, and then you start making those mistakes. You start thinking you have to cater to viewership like you're a slave to the viewers, and you have to make sure, because you get hungry and you're just like, I've got to do this. Then you start compromising your integrity of what you like, and you start getting burnt out, and you feel like you have to do it this way or that way, and you have to have this standard or precedent, or otherwise people aren't going to watch you and everything else, and you start making those mistakes. And then that's when you lose the core foundation of why your audience came to you in the first place, was because you didn't compromise on that. But then you start to compromise on things you normally wouldn't compromise on because you think that you have to in order to get more exposure, and that's a problem. It's a bad road to go down. Bad road. Yeah. I decided that from the beginning. Like, I'll never compromise the integrity of who I am for viewership.
Well, I've done it. I used to worry about what people thought all the time. I'm like, but that's kind of man. I mean, it's still a factor with things, but oh man, after getting so fucking burnt out and shit with something, I mean, goddamn, dude.
Like, it's nice to find a niche. Like, I have a niche. I've tapped into a niche, but at the same time, I don't want to stay in that niche. I don't want to do tactical games all the time unless I really like doing tactical games all the time. I like a whole bunch of other stuff. So, you know, it is what it is. Some people might not like that, and that's fine. You don't have to like the way I do things. And like Nate and I were talking about communities, like, there are people in, you know, our communities aren't always going to intertwine. Now, a lot of you do intertwine with our communities and stuff like that. A lot of you, I see you guys in mine, and I see like some of my people come over to his and everything else. It's a good thing. But again, we're 2 different houses. I mean, I was telling Nate too, like, you know, there's people I actually, you know, awesome people here, and there's awesome people there and everything else. And then there's absolutely people in this channel that I cannot fucking stand. And there's absolutely people in my channel that Nate cannot fucking stand. Like, I'm sorry, there are people here that I cannot fucking stand. But that's okay, because usually they don't show up. So, you know, it's different sides of the house and everything else. So everybody develops their own little fucking way of doing things.
That was the middle finger cup.
Yep.
Have a nice day.
Very, very different feels. I mean,
Yeah.
they jive, but still very different feels. So what applies over on one side of the house isn't necessarily going to apply on the other side of the house. You know, what I let transpire on my side of the house, some people have a problem coming over to Nade's side of the house and beating chest. And I'm just like, don't do it. Because I'll be the motherfucker that hammers you. And you'll be like,
Yeah.
what the fuck, bro? And I'll be like, because it's not my house. Now I'm moderating Nade's house, and I'm here to keep things a certain way. And if you don't like that, then don't show up. Same thing.
Yeah.
Nade may like to let a lot of things go, and things aren't such a big deal over in his side of the house. When you come over to my house and I'm over here screaming at you, all bloody veined and knife handing and everything else, you're just like, what the fuck?
Wait a minute. I mean, I've had quite a few people, like when you'll host me or something, like they'll think I'm ZFG Nation, like I'm part of it. And I'm like, no, I'm not. I'm not part of ZFG Nation. I love those guys, but I'm not part of ZFG. Like, so, like their zero fucks given attitude, you know, it doesn't apply to everything here. I'm a little different.
Nope.
Yeah.
Nope.
Above all, man, really when it comes down to it, you're some random person and you come at me like you're my bro and you're not my fucking bro.
I just did it 3 times today.
Yeah. Yeah. If you're my bro and you're not my fucking bro, and on top of that, you come at me with something that's like, we're already starting some little like, did you just fucking disrespect me? You know, like that's how you start off. You want to be a little testy? I probably won't like you off the bat. I'm just saying. That's not how I work.
Nate will be the one to be like, well, you know, you could be fucking, and then all of a sudden it's followed by a timeout by Justin because I'm just like, fuck everything.
Yeah, right. Like, yeah, right. Like, or you could contribute to that. Oh no, he's timed out. Never mind. But anyway,
Nate's tolerance is like here, and mine's about here.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's okay. It's fine. It makes him a good dude. Like I'm not shitballing here. Shitballing? Yeah. You know, you need that. You need that aspect sometimes. I need that aspect sometimes. Sometimes I need to be told I need, you know, bring it down. Bring it down, Justin. Bring it down. All right, cool. I'll bring it down.
Yeah.
So it's a good thing.
I do have quite a bit of resting bitch face today. I keep looking over and I see that I'm sitting there like, I want to fucking kill you, but I'm not. I just have a higher pain day.
It's kind of odd today. I'm just like, you know, I'm over here looking like, you know, I'm over here saying you're like the understanding one, and you're over here like fucking knife handing fools. You're putting your fucking ex-wife on blast and everything else. I'm just like, God damn, all right, you know, fuck, let's have this conversation.
Well, it's more like the other day. I think we were sitting in chat while I was playing Sekiro, and we were talking about the whole rabbit thing. You know, it just kind of came up like, well, I think my ex didn't really like when I did rabbit either because she wasn't really part of that community, so on and so forth, blah blah blah. And then I think Starla and a couple other people in chat, I said like, don't think about her, don't talk. Like, no. This is not something that it gets to rule my fucking actions in my life. You know, like this is something that like I learned from it. This was part of the thing. I'm going to acknowledge that it was part of the thing, and then I'm going to move on. But yeah, you know, like it's not going to ruin my fucking day. I'm not one of those people that lets something ruin my day. Very few things actually ruin my day. Yeah.
No,
like actually ruin my day.
Like I told you, you can let those moments define you, and you can shy away from them and wall them up, or you can embrace them. You got blown the fuck up. What did you do? You revolved in entire channel around you getting blown the fuck up. That's fucking awesome. You made fun of it. I love that shit. You embraced it. What'd you do with the ex-wife thing? You can sit there and be like, fuck this, fuck that, fuck the other, and sit there and cry about it, or you can fucking, you know, take charge of the fucking thing, move on, do whatever you got to do, and start fucking, you know. 8 nerd 8. God, you can't even fucking count, man. Your math Marines was Jesus fucking Christ. Did you do your MCIs? Christ almighty. There's 5 fingers in this hand and 3 fingers in this hand. What's 5 plus 3? God
But yeah,
damn it.
yeah, no, yeah, man, yeah. Gotta push through that shit. You fucking move on. Life isn't over. It could be over, which should be your motivation to not fucking let it be over. You know? Yeah, keep fucking going. How much you had to drink? I actually saw 16 fingers. I said 7 because it can't be 16. You only have 10.
Oh my god. He can take it though. He ain't a weak bitch. It's good. He does it to himself.
Hey,
what else, Dave? We got this thing going on here. I'm flabbergasted at what this fucking thing. Look. Normally I know what's coming up. Normally I know what's being prepped for. But goddamn, I had no idea this is gonna go down this road.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Well, for the most, I mean, you've known me for years now. I usually like to keep things like my personal life as my fucking personal life
locked in. So now it's all on the goddamn table, and I like that shit. The more,
I mean, that doesn't mean I'll go into everything.
No. I mean, you still got to keep some things close to the fucking chest. Yeah. I had a blast in Afghanistan, dude. I was laughing my ass off at that. When I saw that, I think I called you or I messaged you, and I was like, that motherfucking shit cracked me up so hard, dude.
Yeah.
I was dying.
Yeah. I don't wear that shirt a lot.
Because
you have more though. Yeah.
Fucking shit, it's a good fucking bar opener, dude.
Yeah,
fucking.
Right. Like, wait a minute, what? Yeah. Yeah, I had it's got a big, like, if you go, for those of you that are unaware, it's just, the shirt is a giant explosion that says I had a blast in Afghanistan because I got
blown up. Come on over here, baby. Let me tell you about how I had a blast. And then maybe later on something else can blast. But anyway, let's talk about this.
Controlled detonation.
Controlled det, man. Now, is that a pressure? It's not a remote det. It's a pressure plate more likely, right?
Yeah. Don't worry, it just takes a little bit of work. Sorry, I've had a nerve block. It's going to take me about 3 hours. I mean, we've talked about my nerve block, right? I don't know if we've talked about that openly, but probably not openly on stream, no.
Not on
probably
stream?
No, we talked about that privately. Yeah. I had a nerve block in my right testicle because chunk of shrapnel hit said testicle fucked up the nerves and shit and hurt all the time. So I got a nerve block on it, so I have lessened feeling in that area, so it takes me a while. Ladies seem to like it. But I've legitimately had fucking first times with women where I did not come the entire fucking time. And they just get tired. And I get tired. And I'm just like, I don't know what to fucking tell you, man. I don't know. At least you had fun. But anyway.
Maybe, they could, put in a little extra work on the side.
Yeah, most of the time when it does, they are dead fish. But anyway.
Oh, well, then fuck that.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, you already did.
Yeah. See, that's for me, that's why it turns more into like why I enjoy the act of sex. At that point. Yeah. That's why I enjoy the act of it more instead of just the finishing part, because that's why I get more into like everything that's going on, all the little details. Oh, a gust of wind from the window blows your hair. The cold rush makes your nipples tighten and goosebumps form on your thighs.
Again, the analytical, every fucking detail, fucking everything. Nade face in a fucking nutshell, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
Which is a good thing because, again, ladies, Nade had this discussion too. Ladies, tell me if I'm wrong. There is an emotional connotation to just about everything you do. Yeah? So being a detail-oriented individual is beneficial, right?
Hopefully.
All right.
We'll see. Although some people are so out of tune that they don't even understand what they're doing and what it means. They just react, and they haven't thought about it. They don't think about why they're doing what they're doing and actually put the connection from their emotions to what they're doing. But anyway.
Like even well, never mind. Something subtle can be, I don't know. Usually there's some sort of emotional reason for it. So. Yeah.
I mean, not everything has to be psychoanalyzed. Sometimes it's just simple.
No.
Yeah.
Like that.
He doesn't mean that. He doesn't mean that. No. But there is a reason why things are happening.
Yep.
Yeah.
You give a shit enough to pay attention.
Yeah.
Like even like, oh, you changed your hair color today. It's like, oh, that's nice, and just like, oh my god. No,
No.
no.
Yeah.
Attention to detail will get you far in life. I'm just saying.
I mean, it works the other way too.
Nope.
Yeah.
That impresses the shit out of me.
Oh, you actually notice things? Wow.
Oh yeah.
Fuck.
Shit enough.
Shit. Wow. You know what doesn't happen with most women? Know things about me. It's fucking surprising as shit. It's ridiculous.
Self-centered? No fucking way. Not all women.
Yeah.
No, but
yeah. Not all women. Not all women.
You're talking about,
period. Yeah.
Self-centered? No way.
Has been happening quite a bit now that I've been back in the dating world and so on. But God,
well,
like we talked about last season.
They're in the dating world.
Yeah. You know, I'm starting to kind of feel that. I don't know. Like I'm starting to kind of feel that with like you know, doing Tinder dates and shit with people. It's like I don't feel like I'm gonna find somebody that I like on here. I don't know. I don't think so. I don't know. I have way better like drawn interactions with women that I just meet organically. But yeah.
Oh man, that's the problem. It's the reason why. I mean, you can't be self-centered and expect to find. Well, I want this, and I want that, and I want that, and I want that. You see, the common problem is I in that fucking statement. All right, that's the problem. You're not thinking of I want to meet a partner. You're fucking you're I. It's I, and you know, if you're gonna keep saying I, well, then that's all you're gonna be left with is I.
Yeah. I want to we. I want to be even. I want to be there. I want to be about here, you know. I don't want to be here. I don't want to be here. I want to be about here. This is where I want to be with somebody.
Nope.
Tinder's a fuckboy app. Dude, I have not found a single fuckboy I like. I am extremely disappointed. God, I don't like dick, but I figured I'd try it, and I haven't found a single one that piques my interest. I'm sorry. I think I'm allergic to dick. It makes me gag every time. I don't know.
Be like, anyway. Dave, man. Nah, man. Tried it once. Didn't like it. Is he being serious or for real? I don't know.
But anyway.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck Plenty of Fish. No. Fuck people. People suck.
Well, generally you're supposed to. I mean, where are we going with this? I'm lost.
Yeah. To be fair, at least he was up front that he just wanted a one-night stand instead of wasting your fucking time. That's all he wanted. To be fair, just saying. And I know that dating fucking sucks and it's stupid and people suck, but I will never let some individual's stupidity stop me from achieving my goal.
Look, here's the thing. It's all your mental outlook of it, too. You don't have to have it suck. It's just, you're not, the problem is just don't think everybody fucking out there is going to be goddamn, like, it.
Yeah.
You know?
See, my problem is like, I get frustrated that I can't even have, like, somebody be real enough with me to, like, last, like, a week. I can't even have that. I mean, I'll have it with a couple people, sorta, like, every now and then, but I go through a lot of people that are like, wow, you can't even be a real enough adult with me that we can make it past one date. It's fucking frustrating, man. Like, wow, really? God damn. But anyway.
Absolutely fucking nothing.
Well, what the hell's wrong with sucking? No. Nothing wrong on both parties. Everybody's got things that need sucking, darling. Oh. Wow. Mm. Woo! Anyway. Yeah.
I'm gonna do my best to behave myself right now. All right.
Yeah. It's hard sometimes with you.
I'll send it through Twitter messages instead.
Yeah. It's hard sometimes. They make it really hard because it's just like, goddamn, that's not all they make really hard. Yeah, yep. Yeah, but you know, why? Cause like, you know, we're dudes. We were in the infantry. We know what dirty and wrong and raunchy is. It's just that we have now adopted a lifestyle of standards as far as those regard. Not standards, more of a decorum. Decorum.
no. You should have stopped at like that, and then like everything you were fine with me until you were just like, but we have now, and like I'm cutting you off right there. Like, no, this is Justin, and then this is you.
I'm just saying we have a decorum now, you know, like given on the situation, what's going on, the parties involved, and so on and so forth and stuff.
There's a certain wrong way to do things. I'm definitely not as fly by the seat of my fucking pants and do dumb shit as I used to be. So yeah.
It's supposed to be hard sometimes, but if it's longer than 4 hours, you just call a doctor.
I'm not calling a doctor. I'm putting it to work.
Wrong. If I go on a date with you and I have a boner the entire time and we don't even talk about sex, that means something's going right. I'm just saying.
It's true.
All right, so thanks for the follow, man. All right.
Some people can do it with just a phone call.
Yeah. Shit. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, me neither. At all.
Never, no. I mean, you don't even have to talk about dirty things.
What? Me? Heart and soul? No way.
Yeah, sometimes, man, I'm just saying. Sometimes.
I'm all about fucking blood, guts, and violence. Yeah. What's this heart and soul shit?
Yeah. There's none of that. I don't enjoy another human unless they're dead or dying.
Okay, now we're getting into SOCOM dude territory.
Yeah. Oh, the necrophilia jokes? Yeah, I got you. Yeah. Got you. Nothing like sitting back and cracking open a cold one. You know what I mean? Yeah. Anyway. All right.
Are we talking about dirty things or dating things? I don't even know what the fuck we're talking about. We're just having a dialogue. This is kind of like what you're I guess getting is usually a lot of the dialogue that Maid and I have on a personal level. Now, obviously, there are certain things you will never fucking get in front of this goddamn camera, but
yeah,
a lot of what we've been talking about. Yeah. A lot of what we've been talking about. I'm just like, we're gonna talk about that on stream. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I'm usually pretty personal, public, but I don't know. Some of this TG stuff is a way to talk on some of it. So.
Hint.
Yeah, but we're hitting 3 hours now. We're almost at 3 hours. So. I mean, I'm down with like cutting the recording. We keep going, but.
Yeah, cut the recording. Cut the cord. There's going to be some editing you're going to have to do anyway, Nade.
Yes.
Oh, what?
That thing is a both of us thing. It goes on a YouTube that we both own, that we signed a paper on.
Yeah, this is where apparently you can see me scratch my fucking chest as I lift up my shirt because I didn't realize that it saw that. This is where you can see me tweet about fucking. It was my chest, nerd.
No, you pulled down your shorts, man. I fucking promise.
went into my belly button is what I did. So it was my belly button. I remember.
How high were your shorts?
I don't know. Doesn't matter. This is where you can see me tweet about me like crushing everyone's soul and making fun of Nade now because apparently he's still bringing attention to it. And then this is where you can see me not edit that footage out, but edit other footage out and subscribe to it. So there you go.
We're gonna add a Pornhub one down at the bottom. And this is where you can see the edited out footage. But anyway, all right. So the Nade face on everything. You guys can check out Twitter for other streamers that I love and support and other stream-related things, game-related things, funny things. Hobbity Hoobity Whatsits. We got the YouTube right there as well. I don't put a shit ton of stuff on there. Deal with it. Most of my VODs get saved on Twitch, but it is there if you'd like to check it out. Some things do make it on there. If I make a video that has a specific purpose, it'll make it on there. But anyway. Thank you all very much. That is TG number 16. I'm going to be editing out that bit and then deleting the VOD and all clips. And then I will re-upload the edited version. So too bad. Too fucking bad unless you saved it to your computer. Then again, it didn't actually happen. But anyway. You all have a great rest of your day and everything and week. And we'll see you next week on TG.